Okay. Prison dungeon time.
Prison dungeon time.
Prison
Just
dungeon
double
time.
check. We have our joint pool, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have our joint pool for the temp HP 2. That's alright. I just renamed Alt Sylvie's sheet.
To join
Combined
HP.
HP. Yeah. I also edited the token too, if you want to share that with the others. So they can also keep track of it. Generic D&D symbol as the icon.
I got this.
Okay.
Party combined HP pool.
Whoop. Oh shit. Fuck. Okay, sorry. Roll20 is being temperamental.
No, it always
Mine
is.
too, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I just want to get that out of the way to make sure that everyone has access to it.
Although before we get into any type of combat, we should, as much as I hate to do that, we either need to assign one person to add and subtract that, or we need to say everybody has to subtract their, like, when they get hit, they subtract it themselves, because otherwise we're going to end up with a thing like me and Amy had, where we were both trying to edit the fucking gold count the other day at the same time. It kept fucking up.
Mm.
So what does everybody prefer? One person do it, or everybody has to... They are responsible for putting their own subtraction in.
I think it would be easier for one person to do it, but that is I don't have a preference. I just think it would probably lead to fewer clerical errors.
Do we have
I
any
agree.
volunteers for that then? Okay, I guess that
I feel
means
like
me
everyone's
then.
looking. Here's the thing. I was like, why is everyone looking at? I feel like everyone's looking at me.
I was looking at Joe.
Looking at you.
I was
Like,
I was looking at the
looking-
two math people.
I was looking to be fair, I was looking at Amy, but I want to say that I was looking at Iris just because I like to throw Iris under the bus for things like this all the time.
I will say that I
Yep.
personally would prefer everyone does their own, because combats are long, and I feel like I'm not the only one who takes the time to run and grab something when it's not their turn.
Don't, so I guess that's why it's gonna be me, because
Okay.
once my ass hits the seat for D&D, I don't get up.
Okay, because I do
Can't
like
relate.
get up and do shit.
I do.
I'm often called to do shit by a certain Mr. Amy all the time.
I am also getting called often by certain Iris.
I'm literally always doing stuff, which is why I have the wireless headset. I'm doing something right now, so I'm not at my desk. In fact,
I find
Okay, roll
that's
for
why
initiative, Joe,
I have
right now.
fucking fidget toys.
Yeah, wireless headset go burr.
Roll for initiative, Joe, right now.
no.
I feel like you get disadvantage.
All right, so
Alright.
Z is going to be the sole HP tracker, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Z.
Thank you, Z.
Very kind of you to offer.
Alright, who wants? I'll give the inspiration for this. She gets a good point, a good person point.
Hey, I feel like I'm gonna need it.
All right, so who wants to recap us?
Dungeon prison.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Found prison. We found what was it called? Lobotomy Corp with fantasy
No,
people in it.
no.
Dawn Company.
The Lobotomy Corp is what it's based off of. So Joe is kind of correct.
That's where I got the abnormalities off of. But
This is some
Dear
SCP
God,
ass
if you
shit.
guys were in the actual Lab Corps, this would be a lot worse. This would be in a different campaign.
I know we all got linked.
Not
Yep.
all of us.
What do
Well,
you mean?
no,
All of us got linked.
Our HP got linked, and then the
Oh,
twins
yeah.
got handcuffed.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Just to
Sorry.
make
That's
sure
what I meant.
You guys.
We all got like physically linked, so we have a joint HP pool. You can also like feel physical sensations. So drinking coffee was a fucking event. The twins got tied together. They got matching bracelets now that won't let them. Well, they can move away from each other. It just starts beeping very
Which-
rapidly.
Is another thing. Hold on, I'm gonna pull fucking Alter onto the map because if we're gonna be linked together and Joe has his ass up and then you're gonna kill us because he's not moving his token, I'm gonna kill somebody. Okay, I do have control of the Alter token.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
I
all
haven't
the
really.
Edwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are we starting, Piper?
Yeah.
Top
Where can I
left.
put the token?
Right
Top left.
there.
There you go. Or top left? Or just
Mhm.
top left?
Where Alter is.
Okay, hello. I also imagine that's just canonical, that Isul just drags Alter.
Well,
Oh, Alter moves on his own.
they are either
He's very
one in
independent.
front of the other or they are right beside each other. Just
Mhm.
so.
Mm-hmm. What else did we
Just for posterity.
do? Mm-hmm.
Oh, the linking thing also extends to our thoughts. We can mind meld and hear each other's thoughts and experience each other's senses.
But we have
Like,
to like
all the time.
concentrate on thinking to each other to get that message stuff, because otherwise we would be fucked. Because this is not a party that we need to all be hearing each other's thoughts all the time. It would not be good. We would
We
get
have
nothing
to-
done.
We have to send out the thought on purpose, I think.
Hmm
That would turn the relationship between Silverus and Alter to our relationship, comrade.
No, yeah.
No.
There's siblings in this group. Fuck no.
Hear that?
Exactly. That's the point I'm trying to
It-
say.
Yeah.
It would be pretty funny for like Isil to be like, "Stop making goo goo eyes at your stupid girlfriend." Stop making goo. It's like I can literally see your thoughts.
Well,
Stop thinking about her hair.
she will call him out verbally anyway if she sees the goo goo eyes. So it's like she doesn't need to hear his thoughts about that.
She can just randomly state that while he's behind her, and he'll be caught in 4K anyway. Right. We're also connected to Hakma, an NPC,
Yes.
the twins' old teacher, who is also an angel, because of course he is, who is over back in Estat.
Yep.
Helping fucking Ground Zero over there.
Because he knows what we are looking for.
Mhm.
Did he describe what we were looking for?
No.
He
He just said,
went-
"I'll tell you when you find it."
Fucking
Yeah,
useful.
the main idea is that it's like what? Something with like light and a cage of some sort.
Well, that's what it
I haven't
does.
read
It doesn't
that.
mean
That's what it
Yeah.
does.
doesn't mean that that's what it looks like.
No. Yeah, he really did. He really did a fucking. I'll point it out when you see it. Have we heard anything from him, by the way, or has it just been radio silence? Is he just like creeping in the group chat?
Lurkin.
Or lurking.
Grade A Lurkin.
Yeah.
We can't hear you, Piper. Yeah, your phone's ringing now.
No, let's go. We're actually very important, but it's okay. So, you met a mercenary who is caged upstairs.
A perfectly normal mercenary.
You had a delightful conversation.
Mm.
Actually, kind of friendly. Seems
Yeah.
to really not like a certain wolf.
Essentially, what we gathered from her is she's super
Red Riding
powerful.
Hood.
Yeah, she's the fucking cursed version of Red Riding Hood. Yeah, but she's super powerful. Is willing to help for payment so long as we are not helping Wolf. And if we are helping Wolf, or she sees Wolf or gets close to Wolf, then it's just better to, like, fucking clear the area and let them do their thing, because it's too much of a pain in the ass.
Mhm.
And sorry, to answer your earlier question, or not Iris, Amy. Hawk was giving you tips, like he told you about the mercenary.
Right.
Likewise,
right,
if you
right.
want,
Yeah.
you could just see what he's seeing too, to see what he's doing. So, like, it's a multiple way connection. You can see through his eyes, and he can see through your eyes.
Yeah,
Okay.
we don't need to see through his eyes unless he tells us, because we don't want to see things that we are not meant to see. Like, the seeing part is dangerous, man.
That is fair.
Oh boy. Yeah, it must
So-
be invited in. It's like knocking on the door before you walk in. Is there anything else we missed? A fucking blood pool over there.
Yeah, the
Full
despair
of
blood.
despair.
Yeah, we're just
Kit was here, she'd have a bonus. I'd have a bonus scene with that, but she is not here.
ignoring that
What?
exists right now.
Fucking despair blood pool.
You say right now, like we won't, like eventually we'll stop ignoring that it exists. We're gonna keep ignoring it that its existence is
You really
Sure,
think
you
we're gonna-
do that, Joe.
We really think
The
we're gonna
plan
have
is
that
to never
option.
look at it. I'm gonna think positively. That is the last we'll ever see or think of the blood pool. Confirmed.
Knock on fucking wood.
But yes, otherwise we were told Wolf is somewhere still caged and contained down below, and we started going down the stairs into more of the dungeon on the hunt.
Dun, dun,
Alright.
dun, dun,
So,
dun, dun.
I
No.
shared a notice with you guys at the very end about a certain warning to people.
Oh, let me see.
And you guys saw that like on a random hallway on your way through. If you don't want to read it all, it basically says, "Hey, don't worship abnormalities. One in particular can fuck with your head. If you're affected by this, go get help."
If you feel
That-
like
that's-
you're
that's
supposed
the
to throw
summary.
yourself into a certain abnormality, that means you're... What the fuck? What? Jesus Christ.
Give you a minute to process that, Amy.
Yep. This is just fucking playing the SCP game, isn't it?
Yep.
Don't you guys love SCPs?
In theory.
In theory, yeah.
I like reading
Yeah.
the lore about them.
Well, you get to experience it.
Well, why would I do that? Okay, sorry.
Okay. Moving into the next floor. Again, it is very metallic, for lack of a better word, with the colors being like dark grays and whites as you move your way through. The metal has been mostly in good condition, like as old as this place is, with the way it is right now, like it could last even longer and you wouldn't even notice so much as a hole in the wall, unless, a hole in the wall was made there by something. But you find yourselves on the next floor, and unlike the first floor, this area seems to open up a lot more. Whereas the first one was just a simple circular room with stairs leading down, you now see hallways leading in every single direction. And you finally get the sense that you've come to the main floor, or one of the main floors.
So we'll just stop in the doorway, kind of look left and right, look back at the group, and just like gesture left to right.
Fuck if I know.
Left.
Oh, left it is. Going around the corner.
Okay. Orange circles float in the air before your eyes. The lights flutter and dance in the air, creating a haze that blocks the rest of the containment. You can tell that something is burning to death within. Would you be scorched as well if the flames touched you?
So the hold on. So the things are burning to death in the circles, or things are burning to death like in a pit?
In like circles.
They're just like bubbles floating in the air.
From that's as much as you can tell because it's creating like a haze that's blocking most of your sight. You can only tell that there are like orange circles in there, and that something is burning to death. That's like what your instincts are telling you.
Do we hear or smell anything or anything like that?
I don't hear anything. I don't smell anything.
Okay.
So we're just going off of a vibe that something is in there and it is also burning and it is also dying.
Correct.
Weird.
Very weird.
Next. Unless there's something we could do here.
I think this party has subscribed to none of our fucking business.
Yeah, after the blood pool altar saw? No, I'm not. I'm absolutely not fucking around with like dawdling in front of these nightmare containers.
Is there like a plaque or something? Like a fucking, I don't know, a name, a placard detailing what's here?
The name is Ardor Blossom Moss.
Ardor Blossom Moth? Does it say anything else?
No.
Moth as in bug, or moss as in like
Bug.
green? Bug.
Bug.
Okay.
Bug, okay.
Alright. Resisting the temptation to reach out, you decide it's better to stay away from such dubious warmth. You feel a cold wave crawl up your spine in an instant, but you probably made the right choice, because even children know not to play with fire. Moving on.
Okay, so
What
it's
is this? What the fuck is this, Piper? Is this a choose your own adventure book?
Yeah, I made branching paths for everything,
Holy shit.
including
Keith, catch up!
turn and move on. I even gave little sentences for nothing happened, moved on. I'm ready for you to ignore
Okay.
everything. Joke's on fucking you.
Okay.
you know, you still
I
just,
was gonna say Silver's probably like writes down like she probably like turns a new page in her little book and writes down this name and she just writes down just like, okay, burning to death? Question mark.
I'd really like to see you make that. That'd be pretty interesting.
To see what?
To see that'd be pretty interesting.
The actual notebook.
Yeah.
Yo, I should totally do that.
Yeah. Like I'd like to see it.
New project, hell yeah! All right.
go buy yourself a notebook from
Little-
like a nice
little
little
black book.
notebook.
Yeah, I'd be so down to do that shit. We're fucking. Where's my husband's deal?
D&D version of fucking scrapbook.
Remind me, Sylvie book IRL. Thanks. Bye.
Okay.
Issa will get
So-
here and just kind of like look down one hallway and look towards the other, and just kind of look over her shoulder at everybody. Yeah, well, if this is anything like what's upstairs, then there might actually be a circle here. Might be best just to go round first.
Right, do the perimeter first.
I'll scope out any exits there might be, if there are any.
Figure out the map of the place.
How high? So here's a question about just the general construction of this area. So these, or sorry, hold on. I want the pointer that doesn't snap. So the walls here,
Yeah.
like, do these like arch into a large dome, and are these like rooms that we can see, or is this like a singular hallway and then we see a door, and then a singular hallway and then door, and a is it like a hotel, or is it like an atrium with visible prison domes?
I like the idea of it being an atrium, more of an atrium. Pretty cool.
Okay, so we can see these like basically
Dome zone.
concrete bunkers that are
Yeah.
all not that big, honestly. They
So-
seem to be quite small.
Then, if we're going with that brings up two other questions.
Okay. Okay.
First is how tall are the roofs of these individual domes, and then how much space between those and like the topmost roof.
The roofs for the containments are probably like about the size of like a standard like room that you would live in, like tall wise.
It's like
Just
15 -ish
looking at this,
feet.
15.
Yeah, I would. You could easily make them a perfect cube. You could see like 10 to 12 feet on each side, and then 10 to 12 feet high.
Yeah. Yeah, that feels right.
Okay, and then how much space between the top of those to the top of this bigger dome then?
Probably like another like 15 feet.
Okay.
So the ceilings from where we're standing to the top of the room is like 30 feet high.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So there's some maneuverability in here. It gets a little wonky if you're trying to fly between some of these domes. If you were thinking about doing
And
that,
then-
Isul, because I could see the urge.
Well, then also, is this just like a pit? Or is it like floor?
Floor.
Okay.
Okay, so is it like, just for my own, is like this essentially its own little mini dome?
Yes.
Mhm.
These are all its own little mini domes.
So
And then
like,
this entire area is one big ass dome.
it's like that's.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me paint.
Visual aid.
Is it not going to let me paint?
I'm
over here. Bottom left.
Bottom left.
So like that's the big dome, and then each one of these is like this,
Smaller domes. Yeah.
with like this
Oh.
being the hallway in between.
You dog, I heard you like domes.
Mhm.
So I put domes in your domes.
And so
It's
like,
just like a vaulted, rounded ceiling, and then these are all little terrariums inside.
is like 30, and then like this is like 15.
15.
It's domeception. You must go deeper.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
So
So that said, you guys would be able to see a whole bunch of floating white butterflies as you pass by. They seem to be fluttering about mindlessly.
Oh,
In-
Silver's interest is piqued.
this room.
In this room, I don't have a token for it, but you can see an old lady playing on the piano.
Okay, so the butterflies are just in the hallway then.
They're in this room.
Fucking
The butterflies and the
Okay.
old lady are across from each other.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, gotcha. I'm
Okay,
gonna.
so there's an old lady in this room playing piano. There's butterflies
Yeah.
in this room.
Yes.
Alright, well, Silver's interest is piqued. This is a fucking Silver's trap if I've ever seen one.
Excuse me, I need this for my ADHD because I'm gonna forget this shit.
There's also a text.
Butter. Z is too committed at this point.
Old.
Old.
Shush,
So-
we know what this means.
No, I'm excited to see how you do ADY.
No, we're not doing that. This is just old L because we know it's an old lady.
Mhm.
So we got burn butter oldle. For the record, I want Alter is like rounding the corner. He's rounding the corner this way, and then looking at the butterflies.
Mhm.
Are there only 6 in there, or is it like just a swarm of them everywhere?
Right now there are merely 6.
Oh.
Just right now, though.
Just right now.
Are they contained to this room?
Yes.
How big are the?
I want to vote for a path of fucking order here of just go. If we're gonna like be able to see these rooms from like the outer edge, just go ahead and go around, do a loop one time, see what's in everything, and then come back.
Approach it like you're perusing the vendor hall at a convention.
I've never been to a convention.
Oh, you're missing out.
I know.
But, yeah, that makes sense. So we can go around the loop.
All right. For my sanity, what I'm going to do, Piper, do you mind if I myself draw?
Sure.
I'm going to just go ahead and give 2, 3. I'm just going to number. Just going to number everything real quick. Okay, thank you. So we started with number 2 then, right?
Yes. 2
Okay.
is burning room, 3 is butterfly room, 4 is old lady room. You said the old lady's just sitting there like knitting, or just sitting there like staring?
Playing a
She
piano.
is.
Playing
Yeah, she
piano.
is playing a piano. She is rocking it.
Oh boy. Okay.
So
Guys, we
it's
gotta
not
come
like-
back to this.
I thought it would be something soft and slow like Claire de Lune, but no, she's just like going hog wild on some like jazz piano, like. Can we
Yeah,
hear
pretty
it,
much.
or is the room like soundproofed so we can tell she's playing, but we can't hear it? Because I assume I would assume that it's if they gave her a piano or something, it's either enrichment for the prisoner, or she has a cursed piano and they need to stuff her and the piano in the same room together for reasons, and it has to be soundproofed because bad noise.
Yeah, it's not like we've heard of cursed music before.
Mm-hmm.
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 It's
I'm
her.
hoping to find
Hers is the
track
cursed
that
music.
plays.
So can we hear the
That's not-
music or no?
Wait, actually, yeah. Oh, hey, fuck yeah. And,
I know that you are doing this for the sake of consistency, Amy, but I am going to be bothered by the fact we have one last on our current trajectory.
What are you talking about?
We haven't
You've
gone
numbered
to
the
room
rooms
1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to 12, but we started with 2, and the way that we're walking implies that we're going to get to the first room last.
Oh my fucking!
Too late.
You don't have to change it. It's too late. I'm already forever bothered.
Fuck you. I guess we're just gonna fucking shift everything around.
Well, no, it makes sense this way, though.
No,
No,
it
Joe's
makes
not
sense that way.
happy.
No, but now you'll have 12, 1, 2 in one quadrant, and it's
Well,
even
you shouldn't have
worse.
bitched about it before. Now you're gonna be bothered differently.
Oh, the this place is
Also,
so
it's Moonlight
cursed.
Sonata.
How many times, like, how many different ways can we trigger the neurospicy in this group in one session? Is what's about to happen here.
I could move your fucking numbers, I'd move them back.
Stop
A
moving
nice
my numbers!
lab explanation.
I can't.
Oh my god.
Piper, he's moving my numbers.
Stop
can't.
moving her numbers.
You can't move other people's numbers.
I literally can't. I said if I could, I'd move your numbers,
Oh,
I
I
would.
thought you said you were. And I was like, what? How?
Oh, I
It's
fucking
illegal.
wish.
Okay, continuing around. New
Yeah.
corner, number 4. We're coming over
Yeah.
here.
Number 4
Come here.
is empty. Its door is open.
Is there any type of label outside this?
It says nymph.
Nymph?
Yep.
Like
Oh, yeah. Are there-
Greek nymph?
Yes.
All right.
Were there labels for the other 2 rooms?
You didn't go down the hallway where their names were were.
What? Oh, I mean, I said Sylvie looked at them. That's a Sylvie trap. You got butterflies and.
Oh, okay.
funeral?
So if you actually went down that hallway to look at them, the one with the butterflies, its name was the Funeral for Dead Butterflies.
What? The funeral for dead butterflies?
Yep.
Okay.
And the woman's name was El Pianto de la Luna.
Spell that.
Good luck with that one.
El pianto de la or del?
Del.
Del Luna. Okay. Room 4 is empty, but just labeled nymph.
Nymph.
Yep.
Yes.
Nymph? Okay.
Can I roll something to see if Eastwood knows what a fucking nymph is?
Would that even be religion?
He's in nature.
Religion,
Nature?
nature, arcana, depends on if you're wanting to approach it as just a standard nymph type thing, or if there's some other shit that's. Yeah, I don't know what nymphs
Trying to
are in your setting. They're historical
Unless that's
figures.
common. Yeah, I don't know if that's common knowledge.
Give me Arcana. Fuck it. Give me Arcana. Arcana's like general math.
It's not gonna be good because I don't got nothing for it, but we're gonna try anyway. Nope.
Oh,
What the fuck's a nymph? Wow, that's a pretty name.
So
I'm pretty sure that's like a type of bug, right?
that's not any
You
type of
have
creature that comes from
inspiration.
Zestra. Zestra's too cold.
You
cold
do
for
have
nymphs.
inspiration.
Not for that. Fuck that.
Okay.
Continuing on.
Before, I just want to make note that as Alter sees the one with the open door, he is just gonna be like, well, and he's gonna just go ahead and fucking draw. He has a silver katana, and he's gonna draw that one. All reliable.
Wait, is the door open or is it just empty?
It's open and empty.
Okay, I thought it was just
Yeah.
empty.
No,
Oh,
the second
my
we
bad.
walk by and he sees an open and empty one of those, he's like, well, I'm not walking around without a weapon out. Swing.
Fair enough.
Approaching the next one, you guys see a very classy looking bedroom. Sitting on a chair is a very handsome man with short white hair and red eyes wearing a suit. As he sees you all approaching, he gives a slight smile. Well, hello there. Greetings to you. It's been quite some time since I've had visitors. What can I do for you today?
That's a good question. What can you do?
Is there a label?
Hey, what's the label? Silver.
The
I
name-
imagine Silvers and Isul are the ones like Silvers is following Isul with her book out, just writing down
It's
everything.
like, look through the door, blink, straighten back up, stare at plaque. Is this something I need to worry about?
The name on the plaque is Mephistopheles.
Fuck that.
How the fuck do you spell that?
Good luck. I can't even
That-
spell that.
It's actually like very phonetic.
Didn't spell it, motherfucker.
PH. Mephistopheles. MEPH. Meph.
Mhm.
IS. Mephistoph. Mephistoph. OLES.
Nope.
Wrong.
Nope.
Oh, where was I wrong?
ELES.
E instead of the O. You were close.
Darn.
You were
You were very
Darn.
close.
That's fine.
Hmm.
But so the dude's what does the dude say to Alter?
You asked what can you do?
He said, "How can I help you today?" And Alter's like, "What can you do?" Like,
What do you want me to do? There's nothing in this world that I'm not capable of. Human answers, a vision and an insight into the future.
If there's nothing
Is
in
it
this
time
world
we
that you
speak?
can't do, then why are you still in this prison?
Alas, I am contained here as part of the contract. I cannot leave until I am willingly set free. Contracts
But
are
you can
very
do
serious.
anything else.
Pretty much.
And who exactly are you?
He gives a slight bow, and as if he has a hat, which he doesn't have a hat, by the way. My name is Mephistopheles. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Alter opens his. Well, hold on. Alter just like.
Twins starting off strong today.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Alter, like, is the door, is it perfectly sealed, or is it like a barred door, or what does the barrier look like between him and us?
It's like a door you would see in prison. Like, you know how you, like, there's the wall with the, like, the phones?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that. But there's no phones, obviously. You guys can hear each other perfectly. But it's like that.
So it's a glass wall with like a
there's
speaker in it.
Yeah, that's as good as we're gonna
Gotcha.
get, I think.
So there's not like bars that he could feasibly reach through and like get at us or something or whatever.
Right.
Alter, all right, and then Alter like sees that and then just kind of thinks for a second. And he'll be like, fuck it. Can you teleport us a magic weapon that exists in the world?
Certainly, I can do that.
It looks at Silverus and Isul and just goes, "What's the name of the sword that that Kyo was after?
Hold on.
Why don't we just get him to teleport it here?"
What is your cost for doing
Exactly.
something?
Thank you very much, Isul.
Well,
It seems to be easy.
the first thing is I want out of here. As per my contract, I cannot leave until the door is willingly opened for me. And so I've been brought here for the last 1,000 years. So honestly, cheap price to pay for you guys. If you want anything more, well then we'd have to start doing some heavy negotiating.
And what did you say,
Iris.
He?
Oh, it seemed too easy. Is what she kind of
Hmm.
Why were you put in there in the first place?
Well, you don't exactly see people like me capable of solving miracles.
Insight?
You could try.
Let's see.
I'd also like to try it. I don't think it'd do any good. But I'm smelling bullshit.
Yeah.
This guy reeks.
What are you inciting?
He sounds like he's lying. Basically.
Hey, what did he just say?
Yeah, like
Just something about
what was it?
miracles?
His reason was they were studying him because he was a miracle worker.
Yeah, it's
Just
not every
was a
day you
miracle.
see someone who can do miracles like me or something like that.
Mhm.
So
Oh,
insight
he's
that. Yeah.
gotcha. He's straight up like, you've never had a friend like me. And
God
Yeah.
damn.
wow, our roles are.
Thank
Don't
you,
worry, guys.
Silverus.
Sylvie's got
God.
this. Jesus, for
Wow.
3 nat ones in a row? What the fuck is this
Everybody,
shit?
like, fucking spam your roll button for a second to get these nat ones out.
Wait.
Gotta shake them all loose.
So just so you know, Silverus, I did contest this with deception, alright?
Mm-hmm.
He rolled higher than you.
Okay, I'm just glad it's not a nat 1, honestly.
You know what? Not a win, but definitely not as bad of a loss.
True,
Yeah.
true. Don't play to win,
And
play to not lose.
With the 21, I'm just like, doubt. She can't prove it. And what kind of miracles did you do?
Well, I can make a man rich. I healed a person. I can do all sorts of rather things. I'm rather amazing, aren't I? The only caveat is I can't interfere with the works of the divine, but, well, most people don't need the works of the divine.
Oh, you can't get that sword then.
Oh fuck! You can't do the thing that That's basically what we've been doing for the past few weeks, is trying to interfere with the works of the Divine. In a nice way.
Ah, I see. You're after my own heart, personally. I love rebels like you. And he gives you a finger gun and a wink.
Why the fuck am I telling him this? It's just like, Alter asks mostly to himself.
Soul just gives him this very pointed look.
Sorry, I was taking notes. What did Ultra say?
Why am I
Alter's-
telling him this?
What was he telling
Yeah,
him?
he said... Alter was like, yeah, we've been basically working... He can't get us the sword because Key pointed out, like, the sword is part divine and is part of the plot or plans of the divine, and he said he can't interfere with the divine. And so Alter's like, oh shit, yeah, he can't do that. We've been basically trying to interfere with the divine for weeks now, but like in a nice way. And then he scratched his head and said to himself, why the fuck am I telling him this?
Well, people say I have a natural charisma, so I don't blame you. He gives you another wink.
Right. Why exactly were you here anyway?
I believe I already told you that.
Right, but someone of your caliber surely wouldn't have been captured.
No. I made the deal to come here and to be studied. Obviously.
You just agreed to be studied here.
What did they gain?
What did you gain?
I gained quite a few amount of favors that will help me as soon as I get out here. He said that last part like, I can't cash in on it yet, but I want to.
Do you know how long you've been here?
He goes over and he pulls out like an old-fashioned calendar. Like one of those like old like rip ones.
Oh my god.
Yes. No, is that this one? Not this one, not this one. 500 years? 6?
And do you expect to be able to cash in your favors 600 years on?
Promises are bound to the soul. As long as I can find that person's soul in the Unbirth, then yes, I can get that favor.
No. Alter turns to face the group and just goes, call me devil's advocate, but it might behoove us to actually recruit someone like this onto our side if we're fucking with higher powers than angelic shit.
You're
Yes, but
clearly a
I'm-
man of high intelligence. Are you the leader of the party?
I'd like to think I am.
He's
I could
not.
tell.
You know, I don't like him, honestly. I think we should just leave him, really. His
We
voice is
shouldn't.
annoying.
We shouldn't be adding any type of contracts or deals that are attached to our souls. We already have enough going on and enough demands on us.
Well, to be fair, the only thing you would have to do is literally open the door. I don't think I can bound the act of opening a door to your soul. I would like to try that at some point, though. That would be interesting.
Too much work. No, it's not worth it, really.
Suit yourself, Silvers.
We'll think about it.
Fucking glares at him because she never told him her name. Her name has not been mentioned. It's like, it's one of you fuckers, huh?
Isul just kind of like holds up a hand kind of in front of Silver, says that gesture of like, yeah, nope. Let us continue walking around. We may come back to visit you again.
By all means, please come and visit. I have something that all of you will want, at least a little bit. So please, take the time and think it over. I am a very patient man.
Freaking grab the glowy cord and just yank. You're coming with me, brother. Away
wait,
from
was
Beelzebub.
Was he implying that he knew something we wanted, or
He
just
has
Yes.
something.
He has or can get something that you want.
Which doesn't surprise me. He seems to. This seems like a pretty typically like powerful being who can do a bunch of things that would technically be beneficial for us. but there's always strings attached to them.
I mean, fucking, that's where Mephistopheles comes from.
Yeah.
Mephistopheles is the demon from Faust.
Which
I'm gonna be honest with
I
you, I
mean-
don't know shit. All I know is I've heard the name before.
It's
I
okay. So
Faustian bargain.
yeah, Faustian bargain. Faust is an old story legend that essentially a guy made a deal with a devil, and it's one of those things of like every contract that you have, every wish that you make with beings is going to turn out really fucking bad for you, and you're going to have to pay the price in the end.
Gotcha.
To
Okay.
be fair, the price in this case is letting him out the door.
Yeah, but he's
What that
talking
might
about other
tell.
shit.
True. But just like the first
See-
one's basically free. Just let it loose.
this is
No, I don't like
I
it.
just want it to be known that like I'm down for a literal Faustian bargain.
We know
Hell
you are,
yeah.
Joe, but the rest of us
Of course
aren't right
you
now.
are.
Let
You
Joe
got
have
the
his
two
fun.
paranoid bitches
He's
in the
entitled
party.
to fun.
It would be
We're
probably really helpful.
we can
I don't
have the argument about Mephistopheles after we know what the rest of this shit is, because we need to know how fucked up the rest of this is gonna get us
Yeah.
before we start talking about a different type of fucked up.
Yeah, before one of these rooms has a very nice unicorn who's willing to grant us a wish.
I would trust a nice unicorn even less. The devil you know versus the devil you don't.
To be
I don't
fair,
know what the
I-
fuck that
yes.
unicorn is capable of.
The nice,
Oh, yeah.
pretty fae are much more problem than the ugly fiend is.
Yeah,
What did that
that's
unicorn
fair.
do to get itself landed in prison? Hmm?
Apparently just volunteer to be studied. That's what the rest of these fuckers have done, apparently.
No, that's the one you.
That's what we're told.
It's the unicorn from fucking Cabin in the Woods. Stab somebody with his head.
Jesus Christ. Next door.
Alright, next door.
6.
Room 6.
Room 6. Room 6 seems to be a room with what appears to be like an old-fashioned oven inside of it.
An old-fashioned
Oven?
Oven. Yeah, that's what like that glowy thing is right here.
Okay. What's the label? Swear to God, if it's just oven.
I'm tempted to make it just oven now, just to spite you, but no, it is the oven of desires.
Oh, nice. Okay. Cool. Noted. Next.
In this room, you see a whole bunch of old talismans lying everywhere, placed on the ceilings, placed on the walls, placed on the doors. And in the middle, in the very, very distance, you can see what appears to be a wooden statue who is also covered with these little talismans.
Oh my God.
You can hear the quiet flickering of candles. A wooden doll standing. Are the talismans filling the room a wish? Does this wooden doll wish for anything?
What's the label?
The label is so that no one may cry.
Is what?
So that no one will cry.
So that no one will cry. I'm sorry, you just gave me intense flashbacks to my favorite Indian movie of all time, Arundhati. Alright, well...
It's probably gonna be
fucking
more like
creepy.
Chucky.
Yeah, probably. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
in
I
that
don't like-
movie, they sealed an evil spirit using a bunch of talismans and holy scripture into a tomb.
Fucking, that's another
And-
like plot in fucking Cabin in the Woods. God damn it.
I've never seen Cabin in the Woods, I'm sorry.
It's really good.
It's really good.
Anyway, next room, room 8.
So, this really quick. The oven was called the Oven of Desires.
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't mishear that, because that was an interesting title.
Mm-hmm.
Proceed.
Okay. Inside, you see an incredibly thin black humanoid with jagged limbs It has a ragged head with no facial features, save for a white hole in its left side. It is wearing a black trench coat with white buttons and a luminous white zigzag near its left shoulder. In its right hand is a gun.
A gun?
A gun.
What
What's
kind
the
of gun?
label?
Like a handgun, like a pistol.
Is he just standing still? Is he pointing the gun at us?
They look your way, waving an arm. It is unclear if the cavity in their head is an eye or a bullet hole. If it is, it must have been the work of the revolver in their hand. That person points the gun at you. It doesn't seem intent on firing, by the way.
Listen, Silver's is a rogue.
I appreciate it.
doesn't look-
I appreciate it.
I'm glad you saw it. I'm going to is an eye or a bullet hole. They
does-
point gun at us, but doesn't have intent to fire. Is that correct?
Mhm.
Okay. What's the label say?
The hole in the man.
What are you trying to
Hole
ask, Joe?
in a man.
I was gonna ask, does this look at all even like vaguely visually similar to the Reaper thing that Alter encountered, or no?
Ooh, that I didn't even consider that when I was making this.
Which means no.
I didn't consider it, but now my brain's going like 1,000 miles a minute.
Yeah, give Piper a
It
minute.
could-
Let her see.
Yeah. It could be seen as a similar entity, but this one is like a lot thinner, and it only has one pistol. And unlike the Reaper, you don't sense hostility from it.
Okay, that was the biggest thing, because I was like, if I recall correctly, the Reaper was like red and malicious. It had 2 guns, and this is like a withered, twiggy, like not inherently angry / malicious thing. That's just kind of vibing.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm getting the old man SCP vibes.
The old man is very malicious.
Very, well, like aesthetic wise.
Oh yeah, agree.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't know. Fucking like Silver's waves as she continues walking. I want to map out this shit so we can.
Mhm.
Further explore them in depth.
Yes.
9
So-
is a swirling red mass of energy. And it seems to be formless, chaotic, pretty much unreadable.
Unreadable, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the label?
Gossypium flower.
Can you spell?
Yes.
You give me a lot of big words. I barely know how
Yes,
to
I
write,
am.
man. Yeah, I had no shot. Gossypium?
M at the end.
It's the Gussie flower.
Oh no.
Gossypium flower. Okay.
Gun.
Cool. The Silver's walks past. And you see her just like, don't touch that.
He soldierly watches her go past. I really hope you're not talking to me.
Why would she be talking to me? I haven't touched anything.
She's not gonna correct either of them. To the next room.
In this room, I will send you Mitch.
Oh boy.
I really should have made a token for this one because I had it prepared. I just
Oh, token stamp.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Small
tiny.
image.
It has the appearance of an angelic humanoid whose body is pale and stone-like with several cracks. A pair of eyes appear to be sculpted in its otherwise featureless face, though it has one big, glowing yellow eye on its robe. The robe also contains writing of an unknown language resembling hieroglyphic. It holds a scepter in one hand, while the other one holds an emerald tablet.
Does it react at all to us arriving?
It's pretty much made of stone. It's like a statue.
Ah, okay, okay. It's a statue. What's the label? Sorry.
Oh, go ahead, label.
Label. Heavenly Executor Scribe.
Heavenly Executor Scribe.
Is this room
Alter
here?
scratches.
Oh,
No. No, that's just
that's hallway?
addressing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy, oh boy.
We should ask
Wolf?
Mephistopheles about this thing.
Why are you so obsessed with Mephistopheles?
Because he knows shit, and he's the only
In
one
the
of these
distance.
that I think is at least markedly worth talking to.
In the distance, I am pretty helpful.
No one's talking to you.
So, taking up the large majority of this room is a fucking tall-ass wolf.
It is a tall ass wolf.
Literally going up to the roof and threatening to break it.
Cool. What's the label? Is it just wolf?
The big and will be bad wolf.
Label. The big and will be bad wolf.
Well, I guess we found that one.
Right.
Don't need to fuck with this one.
No. I'd rather keep going. There's one more room. Who the fuck is this cutie pie?
Is this, well, hold on.
The
Is
next-
this like a fucking break room that we're just passing, or is this
Yeah.
also going to be a wall?
Break room.
Okay.
Break
Yo,
room.
we can take a break and compare notes. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Sure, let's go. Who's this?
You see a small puppy, about the size of what you would expect like a corgi to be. It
See,
has
Amy. Sorry.
cartoonishly big black eyes that look at you, and it's otherwise like pure white fur.
What's the label?
Pode.
As in CODE? Oh, Pode. PPODAE. Oh my god.
Just looking at it, you could feel your brain cells devolving to, oh my god, it's a good boy. Yes, it is. It's a good boy. Yes, it is.
Alright, Amy is the one freaking out. Silverus likes cats better. Okay. Well. Alright. Break time.
Well, and is this just like a big central room? Like, what are these like little curves you have put on top of shit?
Stairways leading down. There are
Okay.
2 of them. And in the middle is like a very pretty like sakura tree for decoration.
So there's another level, at least one, going down that we can tell from
Yes.
here.
Yes.
Well,
Alright. Boop. Plop down. In a chair. And she like pulls out like I don't know a water skin and just take quick break, sip at water to stay hydrated. And she like puts down her little book that I imagine is a lot like my notes. I gotta make an IRL one.
You've put the fucking idea in her head, Paper.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, there are some things that I personally want to check out. But I'm not exactly sure what we should be looking for.
Well, that's why we have this nice little thing. And she just, like, taps her temple. And we'll just be, like, immediately reach out for Hakma. Hakma,
Okay.
we have some questions. What is all of this
So-
shit?
Well, you're in the middle of what appears to be a Dawn Company branch. Did you have a particular question, or
We're in a, I don't know, prison level of some sort, and there's several rooms that have interesting characters in them. Including one that's
Does-
empty.
what is? Oh, you better be careful then. Escaped abnormalities are usually quite a threat, as I'm sure you've figured out by now.
Do you know of one that's called the Nymph?
If I remember correctly, the nymph was a wandering nurse.
A wandering mass?
Nurse.
Nurse, okay.
Is she dangerous?
No. For all intents and purposes, she's rather benign. She usually takes the form of a nurse, wheeling around like a blood test cart of sorts. You can either donate blood or accept her blood, and
What
different things will happen.
As in, what happens if you refuse to interact?
She'll just pass you by, typically.
Right.
And we've been, I won't say harassed, but he won't stop talking to us, someone named Mephistopheles.
He's an old being. Older than most.
Older than you.
About the same age as me.
Problem?
If I had to say I had a personal problem with him, then the answer would be no. But angels typically stay away from his ilk. We are opposites.
It's the opposite of an angel, a demon.
That's more or less correct, yes.
Right. See, he is trying to get us to let him out, and I'm assuming that is a very bad idea.
It would depend on what you would promise him afterwards, but Hakma the Seraph tells you not to do it. Hakma the human says that you like.
Technically, he wasn't trying to convince us. He just said that that's what needs to happen for an agreement.
He will keep up his end of the bargain for whatever it is that you ask of him. Just do your best to be as precise as possible, would be my advice for interacting with him.
The issue there is not so much whether or not we'll get in trouble, but the fact that he will continue to go after anybody and making deals puts all of their blood on our hands.
That is why we angels exist typically. Part of the reason we're here on this earth is to keep the like of demons and devils in check.
You
Yeah.
did mention going after cashing on old favors. He did. Those that were bound to souls.
Indeed. If you owe a demon a debt and die, the demon can still pursue you for the completion of that. whether that means temporarily bringing you back to complete a favor, or if it was for your soul, then he will simply come and take it. You have to understand that demons and devils, they are very orderly beings. They will do exactly what they say, but they will always try to seek a end all of their own. If you understand what I'm saying. For the most part, they don't care about sympathy or empathy or anything like that. They will pursue their own best interests. That said, they will follow any contract that you've given them.
Well, at least they're
They're
keeping their
lawful
end of the
evil, is
deal.
what I'm trying to say. What'd you say, Iris?
At least they're keeping their end of the deal.
Indeed. That's the one good thing that you can say about devils.
And to be fair here, looking out for yourself is doesn't seem to be a demon specific thing.
Very true.
And what about this old woman that's in here?
So I have a full tabs open. You can't just swap on me like that.
Like,
Ma'am.
oh, the old one. We're gonna ask
No,
about the people.
I went to somebody. Yeah, but I'm going from one to one. You can't
Gotcha,
just-
gotcha.
yeah, miss it.
He's like, hold on, let me consult my notebook.
I'm an
On
old
the whole,
man, I need to remember.
On the whole, the woman is very, very helpful. But I believe she has been taken over with the concept of playing the piano. That said, she does like hearing people play as well, so if you think you've got the chops to play, she might give you something.
But she's not otherwise outwardly malicious, so long as we don't mess with the piano too much.
For the most part, she won't do anything to harm or attack you. No.
Right. We'll check that in for later. I'm just curious, what exactly are those butterflies that we saw? I think I wrote it down. It was the
Funeral for butterflies.
funeral for dead butterflies.
Those were butterflies that could be found in graveyards back in the day during the city. They are drawn to death in people that have died. For the most part, they are non-lethal, but they will attack you. And if they manage to knock you out, as they say, they will steal the memories of any deaths that you have ever encountered in your life.
Any deaths such as our own deaths or death in general?
For example, if you know that or have witnessed to, say, your parents dying, you would forget that they died or how they died.
If they're attracted to people who've died, they're going to be your best friends, Ilris.
Ouch.
Great. Lovely. We found that wolf, that mercenary from upstairs, is obsessed with.
It is as every bit dangerous as it appears to be.
So don't touch it, got it.
Right. And what about the dog that's there?
The dog's biggest thing is that he's adorable. Everybody loves him.
So why is it here?
I believe they're here because he is adorable and everybody loves him.
And he survived.
You can see that Hakura is also a victim to the oh my god, he's so adorable, I love him so much. But he will never devolve to that.
Never mind, I see why it is contained.
Well, there's a figure with a gun as well.
I believe he was a new arrival, so I actually have no information on him. Him or that weird statue.
The angel statue.
Correct. Those are relatively new arrivals.
Do you know anything about this vortex of energy, then?
I believe if you could survive its ordeal, you may obtain something. I do not know if you are qualified to do so or not. Entirely up to you.
Fun.
If you survive it, what?
You might get
It may
something.
be.
You might get something.
And the
And,
other strange statue. Sorry.
No, we're both going down the list backwards.
You're going
Yeah.
in fucking zigzags over here.
Yes.
Talisman.
One for me.
Number 7.
We had to go through the actual people first, and now we're going through the random rooms.
Christ.
We're going backwards now. Starting from the talisman.
It'll be talisman and then it'll be oven.
Mm-hmm.
It's only hostile if you try to burn it, otherwise it is rather friendly.
You said it's friendly.
For the most part. Just don't try to burn it away.
Right. Turns to Isul. Be careful with that. Points to her fucking flaming halberd.
Like, glances back at her halberds, shrugs. Oh, I've got lightning now.
Right.
And the oven in the next room.
That was a employee favorite. If you write something, there's usually a pen and paper nearby it, and then you cast it into the oven. It will cook whatever food you want.
Immediately
it?
turn towards Key. No, you cannot have endless potatoes.
You realize Key is not with you.
Oh wait, you're with Mephistopheles still?
Yes.
Well,
Oh, we're gonna
you
come
were
back
just
to you in a
doing the
moment.
iris. What?
No,
I thought you were doing the
ma'am.
iris thing.
I
of-
Oh. No.
If you-
following.
If you
Oh,
did
we're gonna
say
cut
that
back-
you were staying, that's fucking like one of us would have stopped before we got around the last corner.
We'll cut back. I'll give Key her chance to be alone because she still thought of me, so I didn't know she was there. So
I was specifically following the group, and then I was
You-
trying to say something, but I got talked over. So I'm just waiting.
okay, so we'll say you managed to everybody was talking so much. So you're like, I'm just gonna go talk to this guy. So
I'm fine
yeah.
with not interacting as well. If you
no.
guys don't want me
I
to,
definitely want.
but
I definitely want you to have
I'm
this
saying
moment.
to the party,
Yeah.
but she is curious at the very least. And
Of
she,
course, the DM is gonna want you to make a fucking Faustian bargain.
So we'll cut to you in a moment, Q,
Ah, motherfucker.
because you get your time.
Okay, so now we are going to have to keep an eye on both Joe and Iris so they don't fucking wander off in here.
The two people who move their tokens the least, so we
Yeah.
just got used to them just not moving
Yeah.
Yep.
all
That,
session.
that's
I
why she
I
stealth
will-
has to be as well.
Ugh.
I will endeavor to, if I decide to do some sneaky shit or whatever, I will say like Alter will linger or something, and
Because that's 100% what we thought you did, Iris, because you don't move your token very much unless we tell you to move your token.
I
Yeah.
was following though.
Yeah,
That's the
but
thing.
That's fair.
usually
Okay,
you
okay.
don't.
It's fine. Let's move on. We got it. We understand.
We got bamboozled.
Yeah.
Anyway, it'll cook whatever you
Okay.
want.
So that's
So
the
where
moment
were
when they
we?
realize that she's not there.
Okay, so that's the moment. Like, wait, where's Key? And we'll cut back to Key. So Key, what did you want to discuss?
You just wanted to ask him some questions, like
Yeah, go ahead.
for one, yeah, I had a list now, I forgot it. Because she
You
got
take a minute.
some information that needs a demo.
Mhm.
Fuck. Now I'm gonna put on the spot. Now I'm getting anxious. Fuck.
Take a breath. You're fine.
Trying to think of what the last question was to him because I had a comment on that essentially.
Okay.
So it was how old? Or no, how long has he been here and how old is he?
Like 500 years or so. And he's a lot older than that. Like a lot older.
What kind of deals do you have to keep up with once you get out?
Let's see. The guy owes me around 30,000 gold. I need to go collect on that someday. That guy promised me a soul for immortal power. Wonder what he's doing these days. Gave the guy some information regarding his future. So he owes me. He blinks, and he opens up a notebook, and it's like list of deals, like written as the list of it. He begins turning. He owes me 20 gold bars inlaid with arcane orichalcum. Where he hid those, and he shuts it.
Well, you don't have many things to catch up on then.
Not a terrible amount, no.
When was the last deal you made? I assume it was to get locked up in here, right? Or studied.
The last deal before I agreed to be locked up in here for study was around 650 years ago, maybe 800. I helped somebody obtain divinity.
I thought you couldn't interact with the divine.
I cannot interfere with the divinity. I can most certainly guide people towards it.
Can I ask who it was?
I'm sorry?
Can I ask who it was you helped gain divinity?
Oh, well, that's prized information there. You're gonna have to make a deal with me for that. But I do promise it is well worth the cost.
Hmm.
Pretty much anything's well worth the cost of opening a door for me, pretty much. That's a steal.
Do you know anything about the Totema?
I certainly do.
What do you know?
I know who's going to be chosen by who. For a small price, I might be able to convince somebody to mess with the settings of it a little bit.
How did you become a deal maker?
How did I become a deal maker? That is a very long and arduous tale, involving one very self-desired man such as myself, and a thirst for power. And he sort of went from there.
So you
Becoming
were
a
born
devil
this
is
way.
very different. Born, no. I became what is an opposite of an angel. I became the anathema, to be for sure. Why are you interested?
Just a little curious. So you can't interfere with the divine's plan, correct?
I cannot interfere. In other words, I cannot, let's say, get rid of that curse that's been placed on you. But I can show you another way.
Wait, curse? Is he referring to what the goddess did?
Yeah,
Okay. No, I'm not really interested in anything like that.
that's perfectly fine.
So, does that mean the Totema themselves aren't divine?
He pauses, says like, that's a very in-depth question, but the long and short of it is they are tools created by the divine. They are not divinity themselves. Much less you wouldn't call a tool a carpenter. You wouldn't call a hammer. You wouldn't call a hammer a blacksmith. So that's the way you understand.
So, you could technically tell us where the other Totema are.
I most certainly could.
Key!
Huh?
Where the fuck is Key?
You're beginning to hear them.
I'll be back. Sorry.
You're quite alright.
Run. Catch up with the group.
Holder's standing right here, just yelling down the halls.
Silvers is visibly stressed.
Mommy! I mean, they have a mental connection, so I'm on my way. Sorry, I was looking at stuff.
You didn't touch anything, did you?
Nope. Promise.
Silvers' hands really go to Key's shoulders, like go down to her arms, giving her like a physical check over, making sure everything's in one piece, no missing fingers, no bruises, no cuts, no nothing.
I'm fine. Good. Don't worry. Sorry.
You just disappeared on us. At least let us know if you're stepping away for a bit.
I just was looking at stuff. I wanted to talk to the Stockholms.
Oh, good. Another
Anything
one
good?
falling under his spell.
I didn't fall under any spell. You know, the insight check from earlier totally didn't have anything to do with it. I didn't fall under any spell. I was just asking some questions.
Right. You didn't make a deal with him, did you?
No, I didn't.
Okay, good.
Did you learn anything good?
Yeah, I think so. So, he can interact with the Totema. I thought maybe if we could get more information on them, that would help us out a lot.
Maybe.
Well, that might be helpful. I'm worried about the price of such information.
Just wants the door open, right?
Right, but how much harm can he cause if someone like him is let out?
Well, it's not like he's going out of his way to cause people problems, right?
It's less if he's going out of his way, it's more of if people are making bad deals. Yes, it should technically be on their heads if they are, but if we let them out, then it's on our hands.
Is it though?
Well,
'Cause
unfortunately,
is it-
yes.
Is it also saving the world on our hands right now?
Yes, but information about the Totema, while useful, I don't think that it's going to be the make or break of saving the world at the moment.
So finding the other Totema wouldn't help?
It could help, but
They're going to be found either way.
there might also not be some around yet.
He said he could also potentially get someone else, like, he could choose who to get a totem, apparently.
Can change the assignments.
Alter looks at Isul. You could give up your totema. It's not an ideal way to do it. But if you don't want the burden, this could be a way out.
Isul just kind of like looks at her arm and kind of rubs it a little bit. Do I want it to know? But at the moment, I'm pretty set on the fact that I'm just going to show up to the castle and kill everybody that's going to end the world, so... Until I can find a better solution to that, it's better not to do anything about it.
Fair enough. So what could we get? But I really just... I want to take advantage of this weird thing we have at our disposal. I just don't know the most surefire way to not potentially get fucked while doing it.
Isul turned very pointedly in her chair. She's not really got up as everybody's freaking out. She's gonna wait until like Alter like truly wandered off to go find Key. And she just like turns very pointedly in her chair, looking at everybody, and looks at Alter. Are you serious?
He looks behind himself, like over his shoulder, and then just looks back at Isul and just goes, well, a little bit. Maybe.
And she just like holds her hand up. Just try to follow my logic here. Why did we leave the family again?
Well, a lot of reasons.
But the primary reason was because of slavery, yes?
Well, yes.
The same thing that you managed to barely escape because you found a good family. She looks at Key very pointedly.
Bit uncomfortable, but why?
How is a contract with a devil any different than the contracts, she says with like air quotation mark, that they put slaves under? If we let him out, and he holds lives and souls for ransom, we are responsible for that.
Sir, like, kind of furrows his brow and puts his hands on his hips and looks at the ground.
Yes, there may be information or power or items or any number of things that are shiny and powerful enough that tempts us for this. But I don't have many morals or many sticking points. Fortunately, this is one of them.
I personally think it's a bit different.
It's no tool in... Sorry, again.
Yeah, making... Oh, yeah. What you were going to say is essentially what she was going to say, so you can go ahead.
Oh, no, here's the thing. I was going to lead to an agreeing and Isul in a different way. You can go ahead and say your piece.
Okay. It's a deal between two consenting people. Being the slave, I didn't really have a choice in that.
Right, but someone like him holds all of the power in a deal like that.
They may not
Once
fully
the-
understand what they're getting into.
Right, and once the deal is made, he can take all the words uttered and twist them to mean whatever he wants them to mean.
And
I'm well aware of how words can be structured to mean something different. I assume that's child's play for him. So while
And-
it might not be a one-to-one to slavery, it's not a good thing to let him out to make deals with those unsuspecting of what it truly means.
There's so many slaves that enter into their initial contracts, thinking that it's just that, a contract. Be done and over with. Nice and quick. They don't realize what they're getting into.
I may not know much about him or his capabilities. It's Mephistopheles. But he has the affect of a savvy person. And if I am to treat him as though he is one, I would fully believe him capable of taking advantage of at least one other person and getting them in a situation that is more beneficial to him and using them. And Alter looks at Ethul and then looks back at the ground. And if we let him out, no matter how good of a deal we get out of it, I don't think I could live with myself if I let him out and he took advantage of someone unsuspecting. I didn't think of it like that.
is it worth the world ending, though?
Well, the world won't end, because we're going to save it.
We have no guarantee that anything he's going to do is going to save the world any more than us not letting him out is going to end the world.
I mean, if we think about it as a group, four heads are better than one, right?
Isul will slowly stand up and will move between Alter and Silverus and will actually kind of place a very firm hand on Silverus, which she does not do very often, and kind of push her back just a little bit so that she is not like standing like holding Key's shoulders or anything. Just like step forward and look Key in the eye. Key, I'm going to tell you this with 100% honesty. You may be young, but you're an adult. You can make your own decisions. And as much as Silverus may like to baby you from time to time, you're more capable than any of us know. But I will say this so that you know the consequences. If you decide that you are going to go let Mephistopheles out, that is your decision, but it will unequivocally and permanently change my view of you. You have heard our concerns, our views, and I can promise you, while you may not know everybody in the world, or you may not encounter anybody else that will ever make a deal with Mephistopheles, there are others that will have our view as well.
looks at Sewell in the eye, a little kind of staring at the floor, and then looks at her and nods in understanding.
And Isul will nod. And just kind of cross her arms. If you feel like this is absolutely what you want to do, what you have to do, then know that it is also on you.
I just wanted to help.
None of us are saying that you didn't. All of us knew that.
Well, we don't really know all. We don't have all the details yet, so I mean, if we're some source, we can come back, right?
Ideally, he's not going to go anywhere.
And Isul will give a little nod. If we find more details and you want to come back, again, that is your decision. And like Alta said, this is a prison. He's been here for 600 years.
Yeah, if we're some source, we can come back. There's no need to make rush decisions, right?
If there is a point where we have no other options, then we can reconsider this one. But, well, if it means anything to you, I also wanted to help, and I wanted to solve as many of the problems as we have as fast and easily as possible. So it's not misguided to want to look for solutions in unlikely places. You're not doing anything wrong. No more than I am. And I never do anything wrong.
That will earn just this roll of the eyes from Isul. And she kind of... There's just the little bit of tension that was in her relaxes a little bit. And she shakes her head. I'm not... Let me be clear in this. As I'm sure that I am not always the most communicative of people. I'm not mad at either of you. And I know that both of you are just looking for an option when we have very few.
No.
But some part of me wonders if finding the fast and easy route in all of this that's supposed to be a trial of humanity will just prove the wrong thing about us. And she will reach out and very slowly put a hand on Key's shoulder. And, like, wait for Key to look at her.
What do you say?
You have proven yourself to me through the past several months. Again, I'm not going to stop you for any of these things that you might think truly need to happen. But I'm also going to give you the respect of treating you like anybody else. And if something that you do causes a problem, you are more than capable of owning it yourself.
Right. fair.
She just give a little pat. And we'll turn and go back to the chair and sit down. Now, I believe it's time we discuss if we want to go into any of these other rooms.
Well, I'm not hungry, so I guess we can skip the oven room. Unless you all want something to eat.
Oh yes, there's
Fine.
apparently an oven that'll give you a potato key. You missed that one.
Not just potatoes. You write down what you want, and then it'll cook you whatever you ask. I am interested in the old woman.
Do you play piano?
Yes.
Wait, you do?
And Silver's like turns to him like shocked, is like, yes.
He's great at it.
I'm not. I've gotten a bit better now that I have a piano again, but did you really not know that?
No, I've never seen you play.
To be fair, we've not really had any time to just sit down and be musical as a group.
Right. Well, there is a piano at the clan house now, so I play it often enough, every other night or so. So I can play what was the second instrument I ever learned.
Second. What's the first?
At this, Silver's kind of just like tilts her head a little bit. Her shoulder kind of gets like a little tense as she kind of like picks at her nails and kind of like glares at them a bit. It's like, the violin was the first. I'm a piano player. The violin did not work out.
That sounds like a story, but let's leave that to another day.
Right.
You still know the jellyfish song, right?
Of course I do.
Yes. You gotta play it when we get home.
I'll play whatever you want me to play. As long as I have the time, of course.
You guys are gonna be in for a treat. He is really excited about this.
Right. Well, regardless, that is one room I am interested in.
Yeah, I must admit I'm a little curious about the two rooms that Hakama didn't have any information on.
Which two were those?
The figure with the gun in the other hallway and the angel statue.
You know, again, call me devil's advocate. We could just try to see if Mephistopheles has any information on those two rooms.
I feel like the more we ask him questions, the more insistent he's going to be to give us a contract.
Well, we don't have to say yes. We just see what he's willing to give up for free. And then when he says, fuck you, let me out, we say, wow, no.
He did answer a lot of my questions for free. Just
See?
pointing it out.
Guess it's worth a shot. Worst comes to worst, we just walk away.
What's he gonna do about it? Did Hakma find the item we were after, though? Aren't we here for something in particular?
Apparently it's not on this level.
Hmm.
Shouldn't we focus on that?
Yes, we should.
But we
Hmm.
are already here.
It's also one of those things, if we have a nasty habit of any time we go into a Dawn Company building, we get blown up at the end.
That's a good point.
Really just need to label warning explosion crystals on these buildings.
If they did that, people would be begging to get inside.
Well, then they would be blown up and not us.
But aren't there also usually Totema here? At least that's what you guys said.
Isol kind of tilts her head one way and then the other. There's been a few. But I have to believe that there's Tutima outside of these buildings, otherwise every single person that's getting a Totema is going diving into Dawn Company buildings. It seems just a little too convenient.
Well, the first one, Everett wasn't there. The first attempt we encountered left. And later on, we saw that it went to Everett.
Yes, after killing
So
us.
Right. So I think that they go searching for someone compatible.
How did you get yours, Sylvie?
That's a good question, Piper!
Sorry. It'd be dumb not to ask, okay?
No, it's all good, it's all good. How long has it
Peppa,
been?
if you're there, you're muted. Gonna assume not there.
Alright.
Hmm.
Well then, oh. I
Huh.
guess she is there. You're muted on Discord.
Amy, I told you got it 6 months in.
Yeah, but like, as in 6 months ago, or 6 months into the year and a half?
Into the year and a half.
Okay, cool.
How?
Is there how? Did she just wake up one day with it? Or was it
You
story tied to
got
it?
a dream. You got a dream of somebody asking by the Totema if you would like to receive this.
Oh,
Okay,
so
and what's
someone
the
else
Totema's
was.
name?
Kukulan.
What is it?
Kukulan.
Kukulon?
Yeah.
Okay. Silver's kind of just like flexes her. It's on her right hand, I believe. Yes, it's on her right hand. Because it's the same one she has her ring on. Under her glove. I got mine about 6 months after you all left. While I was sleeping. Oh, what?
I was just gonna say Keith's gonna rub her hand.
In a dream, I just heard a voice asking if I will receive it. And so now, my Totema is Kukulon.
It's about what Everett said he got his. It's about how Everett said he got his. Just a dream one day he woke up with a tattoo and a giant armor.
Well, does that mean there are other people at other facilities?
Yeah, well, Everett never didn't go to any Dawn Company building as far as I'm aware, so... They're just looking for their quote-unquote match. Just so happened that when I went into a building, it decided I was a match.
Right, I wasn't in a Dawn Company building. The last one I was in was with you all.
I don't know if
So
it's...
other people are finding them.
I don't know if it's necessarily that like people are going into Dawn Company buildings and unleashing the totem, or if the totem are on a schedule of some sort. And Isul will just look at her arm very pointedly. And I don't think you're going to tell us anything, are you? Not expecting an answer.
I don't know if I did him up or not.
What'd you say?
I was saying I don't know if Piper's trying to talk or not because I can't hear what man is right now.
What's up?
Oh, we side eye the totema of just like, no, I don't think we're gonna get information out of you. Are we?
The reason that I haven't given you information is like this is how I was hand waving it, Silverus, is that you are on bad terms with your totem.
Well, it was Isul that made the
It
comment.
was
She like
Isul.
looked
Oh,
towards her
Isul.
arm and is like, I don't think you're going to give us any information, are you?
The arm burns back at you silently.
And she just like makes a face and you see her rub her arm and she shakes her head. No, not helpful.
Unless you get a response from yours.
Well, are they actual beings though?
I guess it depends on what your idea of being is. Do they have some sort of consciousness and will of their own? Yes. Or at least as far as I can tell. I have asked Mateus a few things, and they've never answered per se, but they have helped.
What do you mean helped?
I
Nudged you in the right way?
Usul just kind of like nods and that kind of like, yeah. Yeah, when we were in that space in between, where you said that you had the giant staircase. Well, I have wings. So I just started flying, but then there's just a great void of nothingness. So I asked Mateus if they knew which direction we needed to go, and they didn't tell me, but gave me a sense of which direction I needed to go.
Well, maybe this is a weird time to ask, but do you get any sense like that now while we're in here?
Isul just kind of like shakes her head slightly. I don't think it's going to be particularly useful for more minute directions, I'm going to be honest.
Oh shit.
If it's more of a question of we're above ground and we need to figure out if we're going north, south, east, or west, yes, maybe. Through a maze of a building, I don't think so. That, and to be honest, my arm is still very cold. Prompting more answers or more questions is going to just make my arm colder, and I don't relish the thought.
And so yours feels cold.
And Isul nods. It's felt like ice anytime I've talked to them. and knew about Frozen is when I asked for Mateus's help in the city. And if anybody reached out and touched her arm, Isul is usually hot because she's fucking dragon and she has fire halberd. She doesn't run cold, but her arm would feel like a block of ice, I imagine.
He will put both of her hands on Isul's arm and rub lightly to try and warm her arm up.
Aw.
Isul's kind of like surprised for a moment, staring. And then there's just a very slight smile. Thank you, Key.
Anytime. I give you a blanket, but I don't have one on me.
I have one if you want it.
Isul just shakes her head. I appreciate it, but in case we do need to deal with something, I need to be able to maneuver my polons and my wings.
And this will have to do for now.
But
Right.
back to the more pressing issues. Do we want to try and poke around any of these rooms, or do we want to go immediately try to find the cage? We don't know what's on the next floor down. At least not yet.
I would prefer to poke around here first, before venturing onward. Since we don't know what's down there, we might not be able to turn back.
Well, easy stop to make is the old woman. And you could, I suppose, ask her for tips on piano playing. Or whatever you plan on asking her about.
So we'll just, like, raise a finger, and I think it is safe to say that we all should agree not to mess with the burning room or the dog. Or the wolf, to be honest.
Correct.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Not.
I also don't think we should mess with the, what was it? The flower?
That great ball of energy.
Right.
It's tempting, but... Oh, Hawkmoor did sound very dire when he talked about it.
What did the flower do?
It's, if you can, like, survive its trial, you might get something at the end.
If you survive, you might get something.
And Hawkmoor's
I am
like, I don't think any of you are qualified for that trial.
Okay. If we're
Well,
not
he didn't say
qualified-
that.
That was
didn't?
the implication.
I'm tempted
yeah.
to try.
No.
I'm tough. Pat, slams a fist into his chest.
Isul will
I'm durable.
raise a hand. Again. I will remind you, brother, that at the moment, with Hawkmoor's magic, if you go down, we all go down.
Well, that's just it. I won't go down. My durability drags the average up.
We don't know what the trial is. Not to mention, you could get seriously injured or killed in there.
I
just
will
don't
get
know.
killed.
Again, would kill all of us.
We don't even know if we would all go with you or if you would be on your own. We're not going in there.
Do you think we'll have enough time to ask it before we jump in?
Ask it. You're not going near the room.
Just a little?
And see, this
Absolutely
is
not.
why she was talking to you about don't touch it.
She doesn't deny it at all. She was talking to Alter.
You won't talk to me, will you?
She knows you well,
Listen to the
brother.
argument you're making. Of course I was talking to you.
When she bold-faced just says, "Of course I was talking to you," Alter, like, just scrunches his face a little bit. It's like, I was hoping you'd be at least a little bit dodgy with that answer, but no, you just had to be very direct with it. Fine.
Well, of
I won't
course
go
I
near
was
the room.
direct with it. Sorry, what'd you say?
Just, fine, I won't go near the room. He crosses his
Nothing.
arms.
You're not going near the room. You're not going to touch the room.
I'm not gonna touch the room or go near it or throw myself into the challenge, even though I want to. Even though I would win.
Right. You do promise this, correct?
Yes,
Can you state
I
it
promise.
for the record?
I promise.
A
to
full
not
statement,
could-
please.
If I ever asked you to do this, you would have a conniption.
What are you talking about? I always speak plainly.
Just raised eyebrow.
I'm waiting.
You have spoken plainly. Only a handful number of times. No, I will not be elaborating on that. He starts walking away.
She
And he'll
fucking
get-
follows him. She's like, I'm waiting for you to promise very plainly.
He gets to like right about here and then stops and just goes, Isul, I need you to follow me.
Isul is just like watching this go down, just like seeming less and less tense, more and more tired. And will hear Alter and look over her shoulder and slowly stand up. And we'll just flat out say this. Not even like fucking whispering this to Key. We'll just flat out say it. And this is why they choose each other, because they're just going to argue with each other forever.
Up and follow me.
What?
That's our siblings for you.
Alright, so where are you going, Alter? You're on a mission.
He is going to walk down, over, and then up. Assuming we can go through the middle.
Yeah.
He'll walk all the way up through this way to get to the piano room. Yeah, he's
So you're
taking
taking
a
the
long
long
way.
way
He's
gonna take
taking
the
a
long-
long way around for literally for no reason.
For the
Alright.
point.
For the
He
point,
wanted
he's just
to-
looking, like, pounds forward.
The instinct was to like fucking get as far away from Silverus as possible during the argument. And then it just backfired into like, well, now we have to go a long way around.
That's literally it. That is exactly it.
Good luck outrunning her. She's fast as fuck.
Well, he can't outrun because he is also chained to Isul, and Isul is not going slow, but is also not going fast. Because why the fuck would they?
Alright, Silverus, you're in front of the door with the old lady and the piano. Do you go in?
Well, just be rude. Go on, knock on the door.
Oh no, you just go in.
That's fucking rude.
She's going
She's
to knock
not
on the
going
door.
to get up and answer you, is the point.
Okay.
Well, is she going to
It's-
acknowledge it at all?
No.
No? Okay. Well, Silver's gets to the door and she like looks up to everyone like just one last time, like just to double check of like, all right, we're doing this.
No, she is shredding.
What's it like? Like, what's the vibe?
I posted the sign
Where?
in the chat.
Oh, there it is. Sorry. Does Silver's recognize the song?
No.
Oh, this is slow.
Get to like 40 seconds.
I'm at 50 seconds.
She
Oh,
starts
I see. A
shredding.
minute. Oh, let's fucking go. Yo,
Can
this
I
shit
make a proposal?
goes hard.
Yeah.
Just a thought, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many, out of character, how many rooms do we actually want to look into here?
I
Like,
think
are there
like
rooms
four.
specifically we don't want to?
The 1, 12, and 11 we're not fucking with. Burning Room Dog and Wolf we're not fucking with.
Okay.
There's
Yeah.
point to the empty room.
Mhm.
I mean,
9
we could
has
go.
been banned.
We could go in the empty room and just verify that it is in fact empty, but like I'm not concerned about it. Not gonna fuck with Mistopheles right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Talisman seems interesting.
Yeah, like Talisman got, like my votes for like what is vaguely interesting to me is 7, 8, and 10. So the Talisman, the gun dude, and then the angel statue.
I would be down to investigate those, and I also just, for your consideration. We could just. Oh wait, hold on. If we're doing that, let me just do. Oh, I didn't need this one. Yeah. Maybe.
I have a suggestion.
Okay.
If we're interested, maybe we each can pick a room to go to.
If you're suggesting we split the party, I disagree.
No, not splitting the party because we can't anyways. But I'm saying so that way we all can pick something fun to do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah,
Flower
each
Vortex
picking.
does sound cool. I mean, what? Didn't hear that. What?
Wait, what did you
Okay,
say?
but
Fucking
I
Amy, why do we play with these people?
I don't know why we play with these people. Why do we attach our characters
because I
to their
prepared stuff for
characters?
them. I prepared stuff for them. They want to interact with the stuff.
No. You know what, Z? Next game, we connect our characters and they can connect theirs and go die together.
Deal.
Right. Pact was
Okay,
made.
but
I'm just saying because like we have banned a couple, right? Like
Yeah.
1, 11, and 12, right?
Yes.
So-
We've banned those,
Yeah.
and then Mephistopheles has the we might come back and talk to him at some point later.
But we're not gonna go with the agreement, essentially,
Yeah.
or with the
Correct.
deal.
However, if,
If
you,
we're gonna-
if the two of you, I will throw this out, and Isul would have thrown this out as well at some point. I think that if Alter and Key want to go try to get more information, the two of them have the best back and forth with Mephistopheles,
Mm-hmm.
so they can go talk to him, but
Yeah, no deals.
no deals.
Yeah. Like, I can say out of character Key is of the, okay, we're not going to make any deals. But if shit goes down, really bad, and we have the option to come back here, as a oh fuck button kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
as in the future of the campaign. More
And
than-
also, I want to make clear here, because fucking paranoia. I was not trying to bully Key out of any fun or you out of any fun.
It's fine.
There wasn't what was the thing that Kira says. I didn't want to yuck your yums, but also, unfortunately, Isul has a very firm opinion and moral view on this right now.
Yeah, they just have different views on it, but it makes a lot of sense, and he does respect his feelings.
Mm-hmm.
That's why she will not make the agreement now. But if shit goes down, this is on the table, way, way, way on the edge.
Mm-hmm.
Way over there, way over
Mhm.
there.
Yeah. Let's say
But-
maybe later.
That's the
I'm gonna be
the
honest,
last
I don't-
option.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'm not interested in the oven. Maybe before we go downstairs as a snack break.
you guys don't want a fucking snack break. What the fuck?
Honestly,
We can do the snack break before we leave
I
to
figured
go
that
downstairs.
I figured that after they tell Key what the oven does, that if they pass the room, Key is just going to dip in there and get a baked potato.
Yeah. I mean, if her and Alter are going to Mephistopheles anyway, it's right there.
Well, see, the thing is,
All right.
if Key and Alter have to go there, so does Isul. So,
Well, Isul has a
But-
25 foot fucking leash.
Let's get back on track with the piano.
hang on. The point I was trying to make, though, is because, obviously a lot of this stuff is probably going to be dangerous. And
Mhm.
me as a player wants to go do the crazy stuff, but this is HP we're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
So, like,
Mhm.
I was just trying to, I don't know, like,
I could
make
see.
agreements so that we don't, like, we can all do something we want to do, kind of thing, without fucking up the party.
Yeah, I would say the
That's what
good
I'm
part
here
about
for.
the joint HP is that if we do split the party, we will know the instant someone's in trouble.
Oh, yeah, and again, I don't
Shit's
think it's
gonna hurt.
a split the party type deal. I think it's just to like,
Mhm.
if the old lady is Silverus's choice, first choice,
Mhm.
out of the other ones that are not banned outright,
Yeah.
what is the first choice for altar? Joe. We have
Yeah.
no Joe.
All right, skipping over to Iris.
I kind of want, personally, I want to see if there's more on the second floor. But the first one that did come to mind was the flower vortex seemed cool. But I don't know if Key would want to run it herself. That's the thing.
So what would the second choice be for you then?
I'm back. Sorry.
All right, wait your turn.
Oh,
I didn't hear the full thing on the talisman, so I don't know. And the gun one seems really bad.
The
Yeah.
talisman is friendly as long as you don't try to burn it.
Okay.
And we don't have anything other than the initial description for the gun one and the
Mhm.
angel statue because Hakma wasn't around when those came in.
were you asking which of the rooms Alter / Joe would be interested in?
Yes, what would your top
Mhm.
one be out other than the ones that have been like outright banned?
Excluding the flower trial?
Flower Trial is second
Nope.
choice for you and for Iris at this point.
Okay. So number one would be the gun room, actually, for
Gun
Alter. Because I like the initial thought that I had about the Reaper and the connection that it could have to the Reaper, but it not being malicious got Alter's attention pretty thoroughly, got his attention.
Okay, and Iris.
Then, yeah, I'll use the vortex room then. Flower vortex.
One of you is bound and determined.
That fucking's gonna eat through all of our joint HP.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Flower vortex,
I don't have a
good.
healer.
Oh, we have a lot of potions, that's fine.
Ugh.
Mm.
And it's even easier to heal ourselves.
The more you talk, the more just it's gonna eat at both of us. So just shush.
Okay.
Figure out when you're about to lose your battle, sir.
Listen.
Nope. Fucking, I guess if out of the ones that are left, the talisman would probably be my first, because that was another one that was said to be kind of friendly.
Mhm. Unless you try to burn it, so put, that halberd. Tuck that shit away.
Mm-hmm. Well, I imagine it's off when it's on her back, because she's not handling it. Just looks like cold lava, like cold hardened lava.
Calmed down, lava girl. I got you.
So, old lady room. She doesn't respond to your knock.
Alright. Like I said, once Silverus double checks that, like, okay, cool, we're doing this. Open door.
So open the door and you step inside. You approach the old lady and she stops playing and gets up and moves out of the way.
Silverus will give her a nod of acknowledgement. And she'll sit down.
Alright, give me that performance check.
Alright.
And while you're at it, I also need a wisdom save.
Oh boy. Which one first?
Take your pick.
Cool. I'd like to use an inspiration to re-roll that shit.
Do you have inspiration?
Yeah, I don't use
Okay.
my inspiration.
Okay. We can only hold one at a time, I think. Go
What's
for
up?
it. Use it.
Okay. Well, as in, like, I usually don't use it once I have it. And then
Gotcha.
by the time I use it, I get another one.
That's fair.
And advantage, Jesus Christ, because it's a straight fucking roll. Whew!
God damn.
Okay. Now give me your performance check.
Performance check.
Oh yeah, I have that shit.
Is she proficient in this? She is. She's also proficient with piano. So just performance normal then, because she's already proficient in it, right?
Yep.
Okay. I have a song
Okay.
that she plays,
Okay.
if I may link it.
You can link it, and I will listen to it at some point.
Alright. It's the instrumental for Angel Breathing Out,
Okay.
is what she plays.
So you begin to play that, and you can see the old woman nodding along. Silverus doesn't notice this, but everybody on the outside, under the nameplate, as soon as Silverus begins playing, a little mechanism slides out from under the nameplate, and you could see something what appears to be a vial, like a regular test tube vial. And as the woman is nodding along, and as Silverus is beginning to play, that vial begins to fill with a pitch black liquid. And how long is this piece, Silverus?
I'm concerned!
How long is this? This is 3 minutes, so 3 minutes and 30 seconds later, it is completely filled. Well, this is pretty. And you watch as it gets transferred into what appears to be a black syringe, which then is dispensed for one of you to take.
Isul is very carefully between two claws. Gonna pick it up and look at it. And guess what I'm about to start doing? Identify.
So it is not a magic item. As she's finished, the old lady hands you a flute, Silverus.
She will take the flute. With a nod. Like, thank you. Does she respond at all?
She does not. She just sits back down and begins to play.
Is there sheet music that she's playing from?
No.
Can Silverus write down the melody that she's playing?
You could try. You could try. What would that be? Maybe another performance check just to see how well you. Yeah, you can get it down pretty well.
I imagine she pulls out her usual notebook is a little small black notebook. I imagine she pulls out a red one, and this one is just lined with blank sheet music. And she probably takes a minute to essentially write down and note down the main melody. I imagine it takes about a page because I imagine it's 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, to copy down the music the lady is playing. And you said
Okay.
she gave her a flute?
Yep.
Does it just look like a normal flute?
It is a dark purple flute.
Okay. I guess she'll just walk back out.
As soon as she gets out the door, Isul just like looks at her and then holds out this black syringe of shit.
Okay, she holds up this purple flute.
Trade.
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 Yeah. I imagine they both hold it up, just a wordless trade. As Silvers inspects his vial.
Would you like to use identify on this, Cecil?
Yes.
Okay. There you go.
Please cast a spell 6 times. Oh, this is like a legit instrument of the bards. Okay. Isul just like examining it. See the purple magic of hers kind of covering this flute for a second. And then she just kind of like finally tilts her head. Didn't suppose any of you have any bardic training.
Nope.
Silvers just fucking glares, like at the flute.
I'll take that as yes. Congratulations. Hands the flute back.
She'll take the flute, but like, I never actually got to training as a bard.
I don't think you really need any of the training for. Well, she doesn't have any training with it as a bard. Okay. For some reason that translated in my head as like I don't have any training with the flute.
She's not.
It's fine. Don't worry about the attunement requirement.
Oh, okay.
Any one of you can pick this up.
Oh, okay, cool. But Silvers kind of just takes it like, I never actually got to go to bard school.
Well, this apparently can be played by just about anybody. And got some interesting little spells attached to it.
Sure. Take it and examine it. Right.
Including, as we seem to always need it for some reason, it does have the ability to cast fly.
That would be helpful.
Alright, who's next?
Next room?
I'm about to make you fuckers roll.
Nope. I'm about to propose something. Calm your tits, woman.
Okay.
Yes.
I think just like for the sake of like brevity and ease of like going ahead and walking by Mephistopheles so that Alter and or Key can pause and talk to him again if they want. And then just coming around the corner and going straight down the line.
Okay, that's fine.
Sounds good.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Rather than zigzagging all over the place, because realistically our characters would not want to do that.
No.
Mm-hmm. So we're
back to
stopping
Meph.
by Mephi.
Yeah. Walking by, and I imagine, like, Silverus and Isul can, like, come over here to, like, this room, and we'll just be like, you know, Silverus can go in there and go get a cake or something like that, and they're just talking about this room so that Key and Alter can have their moment to talk to Mephistopheles.
Silvers is gonna get toast. Probably taking Isul's order. She doesn't want to be near this guy. Fuck this guy. She doesn't like him.
Unfortunately, Isul cannot go any further.
Oh, well, welcome back.
So, question. What's the deal with that angel thing in the room over in the corner? I assume you know something about some of the other creatures or things that are contained here.
I can answer anything about anything here. That said, I did hear everything you were going to say, so I know you don't plan on actually helping me.
It is a potential. But
There is a
if you
potential.
heard everything,
It is
well,
okay.
if
I don't hold it against you, and he sits down. I do say I do disagree with a couple of things, but there's no point in trying to argue.
narrows his eyes a little bit.
I'm curious to hear your side.
It is true that devils of sorts do in fact use people, but you seem to be under the impression that we're the only people to use each other. All of you use each other, even to even worse degrees. Some of you make deals and even break them, which is frankly insulting if you ask me. I won't deny that the fact that the purpose of us devils is to make deals, gain power, and to exploit those deals for our better gain. But, in all honesty, you all are far, far worse than me. And of course, I'm not talking about you specifically, but humans are a far more dangerous race than devils could ever hope to make. At least with me, you know what you're getting into. Okay, that was all.
Well, I appreciate your candor in this matter, and if there's nothing else, and he'll turn to Key, since he's already heard all of our discussion, I suppose we could just move on and see what we can get from paying these interesting rooms a visit.
I wish you the best of luck. And I imagine I will see either you or the black-haired one very soon. Take care.
Alter will narrow his eyes again and nod once. And look at Key.
Little Key, could you try to remember something for me?
What would that be?
I'm trying to figure out how I can word this. Give me a second. Do try to remember when you exhaust all other options to save somebody you hold precious. I can't help.
Can or can't?
I can help.
Okay.
I'll remember that.
See to it that you do. And he gives a smile. Well, since you guys don't need me, I'm gonna go read a book. And he just pulls a book off the shelf and it literally flops on the bed like it's a fucking trampoline or something.
For what it's worth, I am sorry that you're trapped in there.
Oh, it's no problem. This is just a result of a contract after all.
Well, thanks for the advice and for what you can answer.
I am nothing if not honest, my dear Key. I'm surprised that Mr. Altair doesn't want answers to a very pressing question he has.
Damn it, that was the question I had. Fuck!
What? Wait, the question you had was the question Alter had?
No, my question was, how much does he know? Is he all knowing?
I don't think
How
he's
does he-
all-knowing.
How does he know what each of us are after? Was going to be her question. Damn it, that's what I wanted to ask. That's what I was really curious about.
Okay, might as well ask.
Yeah. How do you know so much about us when you've only just met us?
Well, I'm not omnipotent, but I do see and hear things. I feel things and I know things. I can experience the world when I'm not interacting with the world.
So you're not actually trapped then.
Oh, I am 100% trapped here, but my spirit, my soul, can interact with the fabric of the world, shall we say. That's what. That's why I don't know everything in existence, but I do know a good portion. For example, I know the secret behind your bloodline that you've been so interested in.
And that was to key or to alter?
That was the altar. The altar.
Hmm.
And using these patterns, I can predict the future.
And what question are you imagining I want to know the answer to so badly?
If I had to guess, you are very, very desperate to know what your father's going to do next. Or rather, how he's going to do it next. You're also curious about the secret of your bloodline. Cody was a very, very fierce man.
Hmm. The little tightness in Alter's jaw. He nods.
Do you want to know the
Good
question
guesses.
you're going Do you want to know the question you're going to ask in roughly a day or two?
Raises an eyebrow. Cool.
The question you're going to be asking very, very soon is, how can I stop my beloved from crying?
He just narrows his eyes again.
What do you know about Sylvie?
Did you not just hear me, my dear? I know everything. Well, no, I don't know everything. I'm sorry. I did not mean to lie like that. I am not omnipotent, but I do know a great many things. And using that, I can predict what's going to happen.
Okay, Sir Night-Eye.
Alter puts a hand on Key's
Evil
shoulder
Night-Eye.
and he looks at Key and will nod his head to, like, leave. He's like, come on.
He looks really worried, but gives a slow nod and he follows.
Okay, next up.
How's Alter doing? How does he look?
Alter looks very, very, like, tense. Like, his posture is very rigid. He has his sword out still. It's just kind of he typically just kind of lazily throws it over his shoulder or lets it hang by his side in his hand. But as you are walking, you notice that, like, the way you can actually see the white knuckle grip he has on the hilt, and he is very concentrated on just his footsteps, on putting one foot in front of the other and walking away, moving on to the next thing.
Over in the snack room. So
Meanwhile,
Silver-
snacks.
Meanwhile, Silver's probably like, what? There's like a piece of paper and like a pen in there.
Even if there's not, Silver's
goodness.
has paper and pen.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Let
She fucking, like,
Silverus
likes
ask for
him.
toast first to see if there's like some crazy shit that's about to come out of this oven.
She'll again put in a piece of toast as a test. Does a piece of toast come out? Piper?
My audio cut out for like 1 second. What did you say?
Silverus and Eastwool are spending time with the Oven of Desires. Puts
Yeah,
in a
so
piece of
you
paper
just put
describing a
something-
piece of toast and nicely
Toast.
artisan loaf of bread. The fucking Helen's Friends perfectly toasted loaf of
Yeah.
bread.
You get it.
Holy shit! Silverus will take it, look at Eastwool, and just very slowly just like nibble. Does it taste
Yeah,
like
it tastes the
poison?
same. No,
Tastes-
no, it does not.
Okay. Silverus just looks down and is like, well, apparently it does work. I'm not instantly dead. Looks to Isul, holds up another piece of paper. What do you want?
So we'll take the piece of paper and write down as best she can the fucking like shrimp pot sticker dumplings that she ate in Zestra that she still is kind of obsessed with.
Behold, dumpling.
We'll also ask for whatever she knows that Alter likes from home that they've not had in a while.
Behold, whatever Alter likes from home. It is here.
Behold, Silverus also orders
Oh.
some potato donuts for Keith. And then Silverus is gonna like look at it and look at Isul and scribble down the paper, and she's going to get a chocolate cake.
Behold, a chocolate cake.
The chocolate cake comes out and Isul just like blinks. And there's just a small smile. Thought you didn't like those very much.
I don't. But I do feel a bit guilty that, well, I was being petty that night.
You feel guilty about a slice of cake from what, 2
I'm
years
not-
ago from you now?
It was more so the meaning behind it. And the fact that I hid the cake from them and gave it to anyone except them. On purpose. So, I thought maybe that might make up for it.
Specifically as your conscious, so I don't know that either of them really know.
They shouldn't be aware of it. If they are, I feel even worse.
If they are, then you are a worse liar than you thought you were.
I'm not a liar.
Oh, I'm sorry. White liar. Little things.
No, I don't lie.
And Isul's very clearly just like ribbing her at this point, like poking fun a little bit. So there's been this small smile the entire time, and when she's like, I don't lie, she just like rolls her eyes, shakes her head.
Very funny. Do you have any idea how much effort it takes to not lie, but also not tell the truth?
No, I don't intend to.
It's a lot of work.
And I've seen the amount of stress that it's caused you.
I wouldn't say that it causes stress.
Ma'am, the number of times I've seen you pacing around, trying to figure out how to say something.
Well, I can't. I need to be careful with my words.
Do you need to, truly?
Yes, it is a need.
Was it just more
Do you
of compulsion?
It's something that was drilled into me at a very young age. and I can't imagine talking openly very often.
Hmm. Talking openly is one thing. Lying is a different thing.
Right, and I do not lie. I go out of my way to avoid lying.
You don't have to, though. You realize that. When the two of them just come back around the corner, just tell them that their hair is blue. Easy lie.
I can't. Well, I can, but it's complicated. I both can and I also can't. I don't want to. And I haven't lied in a very long time. I don't think I've ever really lied before.
Oh, that's got to be a load of bullshit. Had to have lied as a kid or a teenager. Everybody lies when they're young.
No, I don't really remember a lie I've ever told.
You just get this. It goes from like kind of relaxed, playful to like this like eyebrow raise. What, did your parents like sell your ability to lie to a fae or something?
Well, no, I'm capable of it. I just don't want to. I don't like it. And I absolutely hate liars. That's why I try to be as honest as possible.
Forgive me, but you seem to be rather comfortable with certain sides of the law. To being capable of lying.
Well, lying is something very different from breaking the law.
Generally, you need to lie to be able to break the law effectively.
Not if you're working with others.
So you just have somebody else lie for you. Isn't that the same thing?
Generally, the way I break the law, I don't really need to come in contact with others. Being a thief is silent work. At least most of the time.
And should somebody ask you where you are?
Then I avoid it, as you've seen. Give them an answer, just not the one they're looking for.
You know, there is such a thing as a lie of omission, right?
Well, it's not like I'm omitting entirely. I'm giving them an answer, and it is the truth.
Yet if you're not omitting entirely, you're still omitting something.
It's different. It's not a direct betrayal.
Isul is looking more and more like doubt.
Silver just looks more and more just like, seriously?
And that's when the other two come around the corner.
Fucking variety of snacks, and Silver's just holding this big chocolate cake on like a little serving platter, I imagine.
Isul just like holds up the food to Alter, will look over her shoulder, and then will like kind of pause, seeing the expressions on the two of them.
Alter just takes the food and just nods. This is a pleasant surprise.
I've not died yet, so...
You know, I
Yes,
said
I
I wasn't
think.
hungry, but I could be hungry for this.
Thought you might like a little taste of home.
Did your talk go well?
Flinches a little bit. Or not flinches, but like there's a slight twitch of the eye. And he goes, "It certainly reaffirmed that he's not worth talking to."
Ooh. Can Silver's pick up on that? Can any Isul or Silvers pick up on the vibes?
I imagine Isul definitely does.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking at the floor.
Seeing Key and Alter, it's like, what happened?
Nothing happened. He's
He
still
didn't
behind
hurt
the door.
you, did he?
No. He did the thing that all trapped, kind of smooth, talky types do. They talk.
Do you encounter a lot of trapped, smooth talking guys?
The twins, yes. The twins have definitely dealt with that bullshit
Probably-
before.
Probably at least two.
At least two. Okay.
But
Good to know.
Walter he just shrugs and goes, he talked. And alluded to things that were a bit not threatening, but
Ominous.
that is the best way to put it. I think that's the perfect way to put it.
And you know exactly how we deal with that type of shit.
Leave it locked up in an experimental lab.
Oh. Close enough. And Issa will look over to Key and just like tilt her head. Talk is talk, Key.
Don't listen to a word he said. He was most likely trying to manipulate. Blech. He was most likely trying to manipulate you.
Yeah, probably. Kind of
I-
went to that altar.
Walter's kind of staring into the food that he was handed, just kind of absent-mindedly zoning out for a second.
And this is why we shouldn't talk to demons and angels unless we absolutely have to. Every time somebody ends up fucked in the head.
But, oh, rest assured. I am not fucked in the head. I'm fine. And Key's fine.
Alright.
I'm not hurt.
Maybe not physically. But you're obviously upset by something. And for that, I should stab him.
That
says
requires
she
opening the
can't.
door, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Silvers is going to hand Key the fucking donuts. Potato flavored donut. And she's
Thanks,
holding this
Silver.
chocolate cake. She's like, I imagine she requested for the cake to be in a box. Just like the one Helen
No.
got her all those years
No
ago.
box.
No
No
box?
box. Only cake.
No box? Bruh.
Only cake.
Bruh. Alright. Holden's like,
Is the
I
cake
did
a
not
lie,
think
though?
this through.
Boo.
Like,
It is a very truthful cake.
hell yeah. The cake don't lie. Like, right, I got this for you two. To make up for the last one.
Oh, the last one? What do you mean?
It's nothing to be concerned about. It's just, I thought you might like cake, and, well, I felt a bit guilty that you have missed out on certain cakes in the past, considering you were not present at the time there was cake.
Isul is just posted up against a wall, arms crossed, looking very amused at Silverus trying to explain this without explaining it.
She fucking looks at Isul and just like eyes are slightly narrowed of like, don't you fucking dare. And I don't like cake at all. So
Well, Are you
I
sure?
can order it.
Narrows eyes at Isul. I'm very sure that I do not like cake. Least of all chocolate cake. And I ordered it for you all to have.
Oh, it's really thoughtful. Thank you. So, I'm gonna be really stuffed after this.
You don't have to eat it all. Don't give yourself a stomachache.
Yeah, well, a sugar high might actually help, because we never know what we're about to have to deal with.
Sure, but you don't want to have an upset stomach.
If we feed the rabbit a lot of sugar, does that mean it jumps really high?
Yes, it does, and it's annoying. And by that I mean...
Annoying?
No, it's not annoying, Kiki. It's just you get hurt more often than you think you do. You hit your head a lot.
Oh, that's just because I'm kind of clumsy.
Right, and you jump a lot higher than you think you do. So you miscalculate.
Yeah, to be fair, if she manages to hit her head in this thing, she's like gesturing to the giant dome that they are currently under on this side, I'd actually be rather impressed. She might have a future as a
Yeah.
dragoon at that point.
Very fair. I am basing this off of the last time I saw her overload on sugar, which was when she was 4, so might be different now.
I can handle my sugar a lot better.
Let's not test that inside the lab prison thing, though.
Hmm.
Perhaps when we get back to the clan house and can just stop for a time.
Right.
We should have some sort of party. Once all this is taken care of.
We should. After the city is back to normal.
What's the opposite of a funeral?
Mm.
Birthday? Celebrating life.
So she starts walking down the hallway and just kind of like snorts. Oh yes, a
Wait.
giant clan birthday. What?
There was something I wanted to tell you all when I had the chance to. If you wouldn't mind stopping for a little bit more.
Cecil just like turns around, crosses her arms again.
Head tilt.
Silvers is just gonna put the cake down on like a little table or some shit. He's like, we'll come back to that later, I guess, if no one wants a cake now. She's gonna turn to look at all of you, and sorry, excuse me, Amy got ice cream. We're just gonna pretend it's Silver's recovering from toast. I never told you all because I learned of this right before we left for the mountains in Adreska. It's about Rex and I, and what happened a long time ago.
Oh, don't tell me you're actually married to him.
Is Alter okay?
He's dead.
He just makes like a weird, like, not a gulping noise, but just just kind of like a weird choking gulping noise of like a.
Silvers doesn't notice. She like turns and looks at Isul. She's like, "No, though we were engaged at one point. I just wasn't aware of it."
And Isul just like slowly puts her hand over her face. I don't want to know how you can be engaged but not know. That brings up so many more questions. It's actually not helpful.
Right, anyway. What had happened during the assassination attempt is that it was successful. All this time I had thought that it wasn't. But they did, in fact, kill me. And how I was revived was that Rex found me. And he made a deal with a woman to bring me back. And in doing so, she used half of his own soul to attach it to mine to revive me. And while he was weakened, she took advantage of it and possessed him. And during the possession, which lasted for years, she... Well, have you heard of the... Was it the Blood Red Knight? Is that what it is?
Yep,
Forgot
that
the name.
was,
Yeah.
that was the name.
Have any of you heard of the Blood Red Knight that happened?
I don't know, have we, Piper?
Yeah, it was pretty important.
You guys above table now.
Yes, I remember fucking mass
Yes.
murdering thousands of people.
Yep.
Shit.
Yep, that's her. That's the one.
That's the one. Well, that was him. Or it was her. Controlling him. I never noticed over the years, because whenever we were together, he was close to the other half of his soul, so he regained more control. But when I wasn't around, the possession took hold at night. So the reason he cut contact was to undergo training with Angelica to learn to control this. And the woman that did all of this is Elena, if you remember her.
Who is she again?
Da,
Above
da,
Her maid.
Lady.
Or his
The
maid.
maid.
Yeah.
Ah,
His
okay.
maid. Mhm. And Angelica and Rex both worked together to essentially mellow her out. And effectively, he is in control now. But that is something that did happen in the past. And I wanted to tell you all. Unfortunately, I found out the night before we left for the mountains, and I never got a chance to tell any of you.
And any particular reason you chose this moment to tell us we have a mass murderer in our clan house?
It's the first moment I've had alone with all of you that wasn't life or death. And I did want to get his go-ahead to tell you all. It's more his past. It is his past. I'm hardly in it.
So if you're sharing your soul with him, though, does that mean that the two of you, one of you dies, the other one does as well?
I'm not sure. I do know that he currently only has half of one of his own soul, and that I currently have his other half with mine. I haven't really noticed anything different, other than feeling warmer when I'm near him. But that's about it. I don't know how connected we are, or if that would happen. But I thought I would let you all know about the situation. Especially considering Elena does need to be near him at all times. They are much like, and she gestures towards the fucking bracelets the twins have. It's sort of like that, but not obvious, I think. They're tethered together.
Isul just lifts her hand, pinches the bridge of her nose. Very much in this tired, I am starting to get a headache. Not gonna be a smart ass because I imagine the other two don't look particularly good at the moment.
Alter is he is turned around and is looking just over, just examining that part of the hallway, making sure no one's coming up from behind him.
Nope.
Don't want to be ambushed, you know.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Isul, are you going into the talisman room?
Fucking can't until the group moves on.
Push, push, push.
Yeah.
Walking backwards.
Is Rex okay now?
He's more in control. And you've seen him. He's as annoying as ever.
Isul just shakes her head slightly. Like, oh, that's just another thing to figure out on the to-do list, but unfortunately, so long as the two of you are upright and actually being able to function, it's lower on the to-do list than some other things.
I don't expect it to be solved, but at least not anytime soon. I just thought you should all be aware of it, especially if you come in contact with Elena.
Oh, yes. Now we know why we would like to kill her, but we probably shouldn't kill her because it's just going to kill the two of you.
It will certainly kill Rex if we kill her, is the issue. I don't think it would affect me.
We can't kill her.
We can't.
Yet.
Not until we can safely disconnect her from Rex.
Again, on the to-do list, just somewhere down to the lower half.
Right. Well, that is all I wanted to say.
God, I want to be a smartass so bad right now, but I can't.
I say do it.
No, because he's so wouldn't.
Aw,
It-
can I
it-
know? Above
it's
table?
Kind of in character, but she is trying to be conscientious of how abrupt she seems around the other two as well.
My curiosity is piqued.
I was gonna make her say something along the lines of, "You look pretty good for a corpse."
Damn.
I feel like that's been
Smart.
said to her.
That's not as bad as I thought it was gonna
Yeah.
be.
It's not
It's not
as
bad at all.
bad, but fucking Isul wouldn't at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we already talked about the opposite of the funeral, so
I feel like she already references Silver's dying a lot anyway.
Yeah, but she has been, but then she came back and the two of them seem to be worked up, which means she's not going to say things that is going to get Key
True.
and Alter more worked up at the moment.
True. Message to Silver's. Alright. Sorry. I was just very curious. To the talisman room.
This conversation
Alright.
wraps up. They turn the corner towards the talisman room.
Alright.
Sorry, Piper. I saw my chance and I took it.
Isul enters the room. You can hear the quiet flickering of candles. In this camp room, you find a wooden doll standing in the corner. Are the talismans filling the room for a wish? Does this wooden doll wish for anything?
Can she recognize any of the talismans, any of the markings or anything on him?
I'll let you try Arcana.
Uh... Hey, that's better than average.
These appear to be binding talismans.
So, like, the walls of the room just have the talismans on it?
Here.
Yeah. Less friendly than I thought it was going to look. Okay.
Oh, that's very less friendly, huh? I was imagining a funky little guy in the middle.
Yusel will just kind of, like, cross her arms, tilt her head slightly. I don't suppose you can talk, can you?
There is a very subtle shake in its movements.
Shake as in, like, shake of the head or full body shake?
Like, full body shake.
Well, she'll kind of come over a little closer and inspect the doll a little bit closer, like kind of standing directly in front of it. Is it seem to be like beaten up or anything like that?
No, it seems to be in perfect condition. It's not like a voodoo doll. You can see that there's like a yellowish glue, like taping the talismans onto the surface. Very sticky.
Am I supposed to move you somewhere or do something with you?
It wants to like point and move, but it doesn't seem to be able to. Like it can't move its limbs more than like maybe a centimeter.
Mm-hmm.
Like this thing is being bound like perfectly in place, pretty much.
Just gonna take one of her normal spears, turn it around so that she has like the butt of it, and use it to kind of lift one of the arms. See if she can move it around.
You can manipulate it.
Alright. How about this? Can you go still?
It stops moving. Like it stops even trying to shake.
That makes things a little bit easier. Yes or no questions. You shake a little bit if you're a yes, and don't move it if it's a no. Do you understand?
Yes.
Do you mean any harm to anybody?
Nothing.
Do you want to go somewhere else in this room?
You want to go somewhere else in this room? Nothing.
You want to leave this room then?
Much shaking.
So it wants to stay?
It wants to get
No,
out.
it wants out.
Oh.
Did you do something to be put in here?
No movement.
Could you talk if one of these was removed?
No movement.
Do you know how long you've been in here?
No movement.
Can you give me, like, the room description again? Like the original one?
The room is flickering with candles. It is a very dark atmosphere, and it is littered with talismans everywhere.
In the vibe check thing?
The vibe check thing?
Yeah, the question of, like, does it want something, or, like, what was the phrase that you used?
Doesn't want something?
Your exposition.
Wait, what? What, Amy?
The wish stuff. What was it exactly?
The wish stuff?
What you had written down for the room, the description, the vibe. Something about
Okay. Okay. What I said was, you hear the candles. In this cramped room, you find a wooden doll standing. Are the talismans filling the room for a wish? Does this wooden doll wish for anything?
Mm. Isil just kind of tilts her head slightly. Does it have, like, hands that can manipulate stuff, or is it just, like...
It's like a stump.
Okay. Are the ropes talismaned up too?
No.
Is that blood in the picture?
Is it?
Looks like there's blood in the picture. Do I see
A
blood in
blood
this room?
You do not see blood in this room. No.
Okay.
That would have been a dead giveaway.
Yeah, no. She's like, as soon as I was like, is that blood? I was like, nope. Isul back out fast.
bye, bitch.
No, I do not think that's blood.
Okay. Isul will just kind of like look over her shoulder towards the door and kind of shrug a little bit. Well, Holcomb said that this thing was generally friendly. Don't quite know what to do with it, though.
Well, you can roll insight if you want a hint. A DM hint.
Could we talk to her through the door?
Yeah.
I can try to roll insight, see. All these fun little stats is just fucking straight D20s for them. I don't got a lot to go on.
You could also spin your inspiration as well for an instant guaranteed hint, and I will give you a hint.
Inside, I do have a +4 in that. Let's see.
You have your inspiration for a reroll.
Or if you just spend your inspiration, I'll give you a hint.
You're
Use it or
pushing.
lose it.
You're pushing for that. No,
I am pushing. I am. I sure am.
I'm saving that fucking reroll for, like, clutch save our ass on the next floor.
Alright.
The rest
the
of you
others have hints,
fuckers
they
can roll insight.
I mean, imagine we're all watching this exchange.
I will let them roll, but it will be at disadvantage because they're kind of like peeking in through a window.
Like, I imagine that there's two windows, one at like a little above 6 foot, like 6 foot high for the tall peoples, and then one for the smaller peoples. Just for convenience sake.
For the Lalafels in the company.
Yeah. Essentially one for Key to look through, and then one for Alter and Silvers to fucking fight for.
Alright. Anybody else that wants to can.
You said with disadvantage, right?
Yep.
Oh, to do. Oof.
Oh,
Aw.
Ouch. I'll say I do have a
No.
suggestion of just like, Oh, sorry. Go ahead and roll if you want to.
I'm trying to find my sheet. It's gone invisible and it's hiding somewhere. There it is. And I'm looking for insight.
Hit.
Nope.
Even less
Also,
of an
so
idea
you're
than
too
Isul.
busy. You're fighting over the window right now. What's this deal with the doll? Who knows? What matters is I need to win.
What matters is that you're in the way.
He
I
doesn't
was here
need.
first.
He doesn't need to win, so Key's good right now.
Yeah.
The inspiration that Key gets from this is, well, if you want to interact with it more and the elements are binding, maybe you need to lessen the binding on it.
Yeah, that would be a key response.
I know Silver's voice is just like, what's with the candles? It doesn't light fire, right? Ask about that. Move.
So we'll just kind of nod a little bit, turn back to the doll. Would you like me to move the candles further away from you?
There's a shaking. Does not like fire. Confirmed.
She will carefully pick up the candles that she can that will not disturb any bindings and put them a little further away.
Okay.
And she will fucking... If I'm gonna remove one of these bindings to let it move a little bit, what am I removing, y'all?
What?
No, it doesn't
Fuck,
matter.
I know.
All the talismans look the same, don't they?
Well, I imagine, like,
Yep.
something on its hand is going to bind its hand versus, you know, different parts of the body.
See if you can take one off of its face.
She'll go up and just take one off of its face. Very carefully. Pull out like
You
a pocket
begin.
knife.
You begin to slowly remove the talismans. As you remove them, the doll melt down in front of you. Is it begging you to not take it, or is it a gesture of gratitude? You're unclear, but perhaps continuing on.
She'll just kind of like pause after she's taken one off and sees this. Tilt her head. Are you mad that I took one off?
There's no movement.
You happy?
There's a little bit of movement.
Freaking man. Player in me wants to continue, but fucking paranoid ass Isul.
There's always the option of tapping out or tagging in one of the more impulsive people.
And also, straight up, I feel guilty now because I waited the big thing about fucking Mephisto, and here she is pulling the talisman off of shit. She'll just kind of like tilt her head a little bit again. How can you show me how much you can move now?
Well, it was able to kneel down in front of you, so...
Okay. Just that much?
Yeah.
She'll take one more off.
As you begin to continue to remove the talismans, you can see some of the unlit candles around the room in front of you begin to light up one by one.
Fucking gonna go walk over to one of these candles. Guess what I'm gonna do? Identify.
Oh, I thought you were gonna blow it out.
Nope.
Alter, like, watches you walk over to the fucking candle, and he's like, "What are you doing? What
The
are you
candle,
doing?"
believe it or not, when you light it, it leaves a little bit of fire on the top of it, and it gives off light.
I didn't say light it. I said identify.
I know, but that's what happens. That's the identification you get from it.
What?
It's just a
You said it
candle.
lights up?
It's just a candle.
It's just a
candle.
candle. I was
Okay.
being an ass.
Okay,
I was being a bitch.
gotcha.
Candle is a small stick of wax, so when you ignite it,
But if there's a spell like working on it, identify
There's-
works for that too.
I know, but there's not.
How the fuck was it lit?
Good fucking question. Let me have the environment, okay? Just nothing special. It's just eerily lights up. You've seen fucking ghost stories.
Bitch, let me have my identify. I have a spell for a reason.
Here's the
Okay.
thing, Piper, that's necromancy.
It was affected. Well, create bonfire.
There's literally there is clearly a miscommunication between using identify did not light the candle. The candle was already lit.
You could say it was affected by create bonfire then, or some shit. Like it was just supposed to be like eerie candle lighting. It's not. It's a candle.
We just want to make sure it's not fucking cursed.
No, that is not the candle of
Yeah,
20
it is obviously not
judgments.
cursed.
That's where my mind went. I'm just like, oh fuck, is Isul in like a fucking trap now
No,
of candles?
no. It is not the candle of 20 deaths or something like that. No, it is a candle.
Oh, there go the Sims.
Isul just like, kind of like, you see the spark of magic and just like a little hum come from her and she'll like turn back to the others again. Just like gesture to the doll. Like, I don't know if I need to be continuing to take these things off. He's not attacked me yet.
Wait, it lights the fire? Doesn't it hate fire?
I don't
For
think
the
it.
record,
I don't think it lit them. Did you light the candles?
No movement.
Hmm. Does the more talismans I take off light more candles?
Shake.
Is this designed to burn you?
No movement.
Just wonderful little happenstance then.
Shake.
Looks back to the others again. I didn't hear what you said initially, Joe.
it's just Alter like watching this whole thing, just like, what the fuck are you doing?
It wanted to move a little bit.
What are the yes or no questions can you ask? Can you ask about it?
Yeah, that's assuming it's going to tell me the truth.
Isn't that relevant to all these questions?
Yeah, true.
Might as well ask. See if it's here willingly or not. And apparently a lot of people just signed up for this.
We'll look back towards the doll. Are you here willingly, or were at least?
No movement.
So you're put here against your will?
Shake, shake, shake.
Have you hurt someone before?
Very slow shake.
Intentionally?
No movement.
Or an accident?
Shake, shake, shake.
Have you hurt more than one someone?
Very slow shake. Begrudging shake.
What was that last question?
Have you hurt more than one someone?
Okay.
Is that why you were put in this room?
Shake, 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 shake.
Did you hurt somebody because they tried to burn you?
Shake, 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 shake.
Were you made?
It doesn't know how to respond to that.
She just kind of like tilts her head. So you don't have a, or do you have a creator of some sort?
Again, it doesn't seem to know how to respond to that. Rather than shaking, like, it's trying to say, I don't know, by shimmying a little bit. Rather than a shake, but more of a shimmy.
Or like a little twist at the
Yeah.
hips.
Yeah.
Do you have some sort of purpose? A drive
Shimmy,
of
shimmy,
sorts?
shimmy. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy.
Do you know anything about this building that you're in?
Very small shake. Slight shake. Tiny shake.
Do you know anything about this floor below?
Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy.
So we'll just slowly move the candles that are closer to it that lit up. She will again move them another foot or two away. You know what she's gonna do? She's gonna very carefully place them by the door.
Okay.
So that if it wants to go for the door, it's got fire to contend with.
Okay.
She'll fucking remove one more talisman. I don't know how many talismans this thing's got on it.
It's got a couple more. You got a couple more to go until you've gotten rid of them all.
What if it's lying to you?
Then we can kill it.
What if we can't? What if it's just the same thing, except mute? As fucking Mephistopheles.
I keep wanting to say Mephisto instead of Mephistopheles because it's easier,
Mephisto.
but I know it's different.
You've already said it a couple times.
Fuck me.
I thought it was on purpose.
No. That's my word association for that guy. Fucking Mephisto. Ace will just kind of like pause at Alter's fussing. And just kind of sigh. Well, on one hand, I do have a lava halberd. And this thing does seem to be of wood.
It shakes. It is, in fact, made of wood.
If you let it go, will it harm you?
Alchemists seem to think that as long as we didn't attack it, it would be nice. I don't quite know what it'll do otherwise.
Did the people trying to burn it, were those just accidents? As in, did they mean to try to burn it? Or did it just get spooked because it was near fire?
Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy.
So you don't know if they were intentionally trying to burn you.
Shake, 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 shake.
To me, this fucking thing is translating to like fucking Frankenstein's aversion to fire.
But like in full realism, there's no way to verify if this thing is lying or not because you can't insight check a faceless, voiceless thing of wood.
The player in me says, do it. It's cute. But the key version of me is like, yeah, we did just kind of agree not to trust something else in this place, so...
Mm-hmm. And what Silvers is worried about is that, like, we don't know. For all we know, someone could have been having camping and, like, roasting marshmallows, and this thing got spooked and murdered them.
It's true. That's why, like, I've not... Again, player and me in the school are two very different mindsets at the moment. And it hurts.
We could just take it with us. Leave the seals on, right?
Drag it with us?
Why not?
Why don't we just leave it here? Just stop messing with it and explore the other rooms and then come back to it. It's not going anywhere. It's the same thing as Mephistopheles. It's stuck here.
It's a good point.
Well, we did get something nice from that other run.
What, the food?
Yeah, and we
That
also got a
too.
magic flute.
But, yeah. If we're gonna leave everything here, shouldn't we also leave that here?
It's not about leaving everything. It's about leaving the things that we don't know what the fuck they are versus the things that we are able to readily understand and work with.
So, Sylvie knew what that piano would do before she used it then.
No, but we got word from our fucking not our uncle, our teacher, that it was like
And
Uncle
your
Hawk Monsieur.
and your teacher also said that this thing is kind as well.
I thought he said this one wasn't.
No, this
Or
one
this was unknown.
this one is
Mhm.
friendly unless you're trying to burn it.
Well, that's fine and good, but what does it do to if we
Why
let
don't-
it out?
Can you cast Identify on it? And ask if it will let you do that.
Yusuf will just look back towards it. Kind of look it over. Is it alright if I do a little spell? It's not going to hurt.
It's
change you.
shimmies. It's shimmies. It's shimmies and confusion.
Okay, I'll take that as a yes. And she'll just kind of reach out a hand, kind of over the top of its head. Is this like a life-size doll, or is this like tiny doll?
It is a life-size doll.
Okay.
Oh, I was hoping it'd be tiny.
No, this thing is human size. It's big.
Is it like Isul size?
It seems from the picture like it would be 6 feet tall, but that's just my assumption.
It's not a magic item. It's not under the effects of any spells. Well, except the binding spell, but that's not really like a actual spell. I guess it could be technically like a prolonged, like, hold a monster. That would be fine.
Well, you know, if you don't have like a specific spell, you can just like vaguely say like
Yeah.
make up a school of
Divine.
magic of binding magic.
Yeah. Binding magic, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you said the
But
doll
is-
itself is not under a magical or under the effects of a spell.
Except the binding magic.
So it's not really even a doll, it's like a living creature?
Pretty much, yeah.
You see, Isul is like, she starts to piece that together. Like, posture of confusion. Like, tail twitching a little bit. It's not magical in and of itself, as far as I can tell. Honestly, seems more like a living, breathing thing. Breathing in vague terms.
Well, we could remove most or all of the seals and still leave him here with the candles. At least he'll be able to move around a bit more freely. It's not ideal. But I imagine it'd be better than being frozen.
Will it freak out if it sees fire, or will it only freak out and get pissed off if it's threatened to be burned by the
Well-
fire?
Also, you know the answer to that because there is fire in the room, and it's not trying to kill Isul currently.
Well, the difference is, like, the candles are ceremonial to me, but like, if Isul pulls out her halberd to fight something and the halberd ignites with lava, is it going to be like, oh no, oh fuck, oh god?
Good question.
Ask it.
Isul's just like looking between the two of them. And just like kind of slid out a slow breath, turned back around. So you don't like the candles, yes?
Shake.
But they aren't. They don't make you want to hurt me at the moment.
No movement.
If I just had fire, do you think you would want to hurt me then?
There's a shake.
Even if I'm not trying to touch you with the fire.
Oh no, I'm sorry, not shake. Nothing. No movement.
Okay.
I'm totally lost as to what the shaking and shimmying and whatever means.
Yeah, no. That's what happened with BS.
Honestly, just say
It
yes.
has no
or
intention to
I
harm
don't know.
It has no intention to harm you.
Okay.
I got lost myself. I got lost in the sauce, man.
Just swap over to yes, no, or I
Yes,
don't know.
no, I did not. Okay.
We figured out what the in-game answer is, which is shake and shimmy
Yeah.
and still.
Okay.
Fuck, I forgot what the questions were now.
It
So
will
I'm
not
talking
harm
about
you.
if you have fire.
Just for having fire, it will not harm you.
Do the bindings on the floor and the walls keep you from leaving the room?
No. Or rather, not just that would keep him from leaving. Right now, the talismans are preventing him from moving, period. But even if he could move, he couldn't leave the room, is what I'm trying to get across. He can't open the door and walk out, basically.
So, I'm going to see if you want to do something. Okay?
Yes.
We don't know a lot about you, and you can't converse with us very easily. If I pull enough talismans off of you that you can move around a bit,
Mhm.
we'll try to come back and see if we can help you. Is that okay?
Yes.
So we'll just kind of like look back to the others, see if that seems to be a compromise.
Get a shrug from Silvers.
Seems pretty friendly, but that isn't a compromise.
She will just kind of nod. And we'll remove, like, I don't know how many there are left, but she's going to leave a couple on as far as she,
Yeah.
like, enough that it can, like,
There aren't many left,
shuffle a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's
Waddle
not
around.
stuck. If she can figure out that range of movement.
Okay.
And she will also, before she does that, move all of the candles to the opposite side of the room, near the door, so it's like wall of fire.
Yep. What do you do with the talismans that you ripped off?
Freaking... I don't know, can she tell if they are useful?
Not without better Arcana training, to be honest.
I guess she'll just kind of fold them up and tuck them away, and she's gonna let somebody that's better, knowledgeable in magic, look at them at some point.
You know, we have someone in our heads that can do that, maybe.
That's true. Just like, tug, Hakma.
As you tug, you get a sense of static from Hakma, which means he is probably doing something very important right now.
Well, that's a question for later then.
I tried.
Welcome, can't come to the phone right now.
Please leave a message after the beep.
Beep.
I hope the main guild hall isn't being attacked right now.
Don't.
That would
let's
suck.
let's not speak that into existence right now. Cecil says, kind of like stepping over the candles back out the door, folding the binding strips up.
So, did you put them in your pocket before you walked out, or after? Important question.
Oh boy. I imagine she is in the process of folding them as she goes to the door.
Okay. So you just put them in your pocket and you leave the threshold, and your hand's still in the pocket. You feel a sticky liquid.
Can she pull her hand back out of her pocket?
You've got
It is
something,
rough. It is it takes you a minute, yes, but the bindings, once you left the room, turned into sticky blood.
Oh, well, that's lovely.
I sure hope you didn't have anything important in that pocket.
Nope. Well, that's going to be a whole bunch of uselessness.
Gross.
So it took blood to seal that thing.
Apparently.
For all we know, if you grabbed anything from any of these rooms, it might turn into blood when you walked out of the room.
Well,
Save
turning
the
back
thing that's in it.
around, there was a brief second where none of you were looking at the cell, like looking at like you still. You turn back into the room, and everything has completely reset. Like the bindings are back on the doll, the candles are back how they originally were. It is back to the scene that I have shown to you.
Maybe you can only do anything if you fully commit to removing all the seals, or not.
Pretty much exactly what Alter was saying. You can't half-ass it. You either do or don't.
See, this is why you should listen to me more. I'm right about a lot of things.
Isul just looks at him very pointedly. And so am I.
Not as often as I am. Nor as often as I should get credit for.
Do you want the list chronologically or alphabetically?
I don't want a list. I want you to shut up.
Hmm.
Shush. Quiet.
Who wants the gun?
Z's at tap out time.
Yeah, I was about to say, I do want to gun, but it is also basically bedtime for me as well. I need to be more responsible about bedtime.
I wanted to quickly do gun and then leave you guys off at the vortex.
No, unfortunately,
okay.
no.
I'm sorry.
Damn, that would have been a really good point. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Think of it this way: you get more time to fully flesh it out
Okay.
instead
Well,
of just
then we'll
flying off
end
the
it
cuff like you
here.
know you will.
I do that all the time anyway. I don't know what you think that's gonna change.
You've got more time to not prep before you shoot from the hip.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
always do.
Exactly.